is. Welcome back to
Okay.
Tal'Dorei Reborn. It is indeed, it is Monday. We made it. We're back. So, last session, the party was at Shadebarrow. This urban legend of this horrifically deadly cavern, lost somewhere within the dividing plains, its location unknown. But alas, somehow you found it. But as you approached this ruined druid circle, um, you were assaulted by the spirits of dead adventurers. Um, they attacked you in force, but they were no match for your might. Not a single lingering injury had, and you moved on with your day. You in fact decided to move on to your day in that direction, as about as far in that direction as we could get. So about 2 hours later, you guys decided to take a long rest, and the next day, you sort of hoofed it a little bit, and you managed to get to Westrun before the day's end. Um, yes, you made it to Westrun before the day's end. You guys, oh god, I gotta pull up all my Westrun lore. You guys stayed in. Tell you what, bonus points if you can remember what inn you stayed in
The
before I find out.
Sun-Kissed Tavern.
The Sun-Kissed Tavern. Thank you so much. And stayed in the Sun-Kissed Tavern. You guys made it to the Sun-Kissed Tavern. You learned a little bit about the local lore, some of the local districts, some information about the town, and made plans of what to do tomorrow. But you all managed to get a long rest. You managed to get your horses stabled. And the next day, you all got up and you made your way to the market ward. There you found Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Not the original one of its satellite locations that is opening up, but nonetheless, Gilmore's Glorious Goods. And within you found many glorious things and purchased some things, hoped for others. A dread helm here, a potion there. And eventually the proprietor of the shop told you that if you're looking for work and you're looking for money, you should seek out Honor Kinabari or Kinabari of the League of Miracles. She's doing a little work in the market district. She helped out a lot of people a little while ago. And she's also trying to figure out this plains cow issue. Dozens and dozens of plains cows have been disappearing over the last couple of months and putting farmers out of business, and it could rock the whole agricultural economic system of Westrun if it doesn't get solved. So you sought out the League of Miracles. You found them rebuilding a building with one of these massive purple starlight Atronachs, filing bricks onto the side of the building, and the wizards plying their trade, and people applauding with great celebration. And there you found the oh man, what's the word? What's the word when people are pale? They have red eyes.
Albino.
Albino.
Albino. Thank you. God, I'm not doing words too good today. You found the albino tiefling Honor Kinabari. She was looked at all of this motley crew before her, and she said, "I could use the help. I've been looking for help. So let's take a stride at it. Let's take a run at it and see how we do." Um, so you guys followed her lead out to the southern farms. She has already consulted with the Farmers Guild, and you began to start questioning, doing your investigation, seeing what's what. And you learned quite a bit of information, but most importantly, as usual, the ranger, using his great survival skills, found something. He found an unburied hole with acid burns around the side, and all of you seem to think that perhaps this may be a barrow of unkegs, a large insectoid monster that seems to reside here. And with that, the party rallies themselves and prepares to pursue these monsters, slay them, and claim your just reward. So, and that just reward being 150 gold pieces each. So, what would you like to do? You stand before this hole in the farmer's field.
Dive.
Um, so I guess first I'll ask, can anyone here protect us from acid? Looks around.
I'm
Honor? No, honor.
Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. I'm so
I
sorry.
was like, I'm sorry, I don't
I've
have anything like that.
I've some protection actually, yes. I've But let me see if it's just for me, if I can use it on anyone else. I don't always. Oh, shit. I can't use it on anyone else. Yes, but I can only use it on me, and I'm sorry. It doesn't help you anyway.
Yes, but what? Oh, on you.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it helps
only.
you at least.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be the one in the front.
I have a couple of
I
tricks
could
up my sleeve, but nothing like that, I'm afraid.
I could potentially find a friend to scout, or turn into something and scout. Either way.
So a couple of plans that occurred to me is one, I definitely think we should try and lure however many are in there out here. We don't want to go into a 5 foot tunnel in a straight line,
No, no, we don't.
not being able to get around each other. So let's lure however many there are out here. So we could try to lure them out with what they've been eating, or I could go in and try and take a look,
Tricks up
or
my sleeve if poison is involved. Otherwise, I got nothing.
So, I. Well, hold on. Can Red do the thing he did? You know, with the poachers, when he floated up and talked to all. Well, he didn't talk, but he observed, and then he
He
came back,
scouted.
and you were able to see everything he did.
Yes, yes, he could. And I'm having another thought at the same time. Uh, the
I
other option to luring is to make them want to to exit somewhere else. Um, we have a spot here, and with some wet grass and associated material, I don't think it would be difficult to generate a large volume of smoke, and that could be directed up the hole. And as Juvane points out, Red can kind of make himself look like smoke, so that's less of a problem. Uh, and he could move through that with not much difficulty. And the smoke might encourage the critters to like burrow up and out. Uh,
we'd be able to figure out where they're burrowing out by via the hand.
well, he could see where they are. In theory, we could have, you know, depending on how deep this hole is and how far away. I'm working on extending my reach with Red, but we're not there yet. Uh, uh, but within 100 feet, give or take, uh, I can I can sense what he's sensing. So my thought is if we could generate a good bit of smoke here, maybe, and I could send Red in the smoke, and then we could follow along on the surface if someone will act as my guide. Because when I'm looking through Red's eyes, I can't really focus on my own senses at the same time.
I'm happy to guide you. I'm happy to.
Uh, and and if we followed along with Red moving inside with the smoke, and if the Anik had got the spot where they would want to leave, in theory, uh, we'd know within 100 feet or maybe 200 feet of where they're going to come up and out. If they come up and out, they may have a lot of, there may be a lot of volume. Uh, but generating a lot of smoke is really a matter of having particular stuff to burn. Uh, and wet grass is particularly good at generating smoke, as is wet wood and leaves and other stuff, which is why for hearth fires you try to avoid those things. Otherwise, it just smokes up the place and is just a bad choice. Don't buy cheap
Okay.
lumber, by the way, for that sort of thing. It doesn't turn out well.
Should we start collecting things, or did you want me to start? And she'll just kind of start sprouting vines and stuff from her hands.
If I might just put in there, I hope you don't just. I'm looking around at every of all the different farmsteads that have been attacked over the last little while, and it's thousands and thousands of feet of area. We have no idea how long these cave systems go for. I mean, if you can produce the smoke, you're a magical sort, then by all means, just it might have to be a lot of smoke, is all.
It's
What if we what if we got Red down there, had him take a peek, and once he found them, we would know where to put the smoke?
I could I could do that. I mean, Fred will be reasonably amendable.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
worst case, I could
Maybe,
turn myself into a weasel or something and go down there.
Oh God,
maybe,
no.
I'd rather not.
maybe a quick peek first, and then we'll base our decision on that.
Okay. Uh, let me let me talk with Red, and uh, we can take it from there. At which point, I will ask Red to do the gaseous form thing and kind of ooze along the top of the tunnel, and we'll kind of follow along parallel up on the dirt side.
Okay. Um, Begins going down. He's going to travel down for probably a good 150-ish feet. It's going to travel all the way down, and then it starts to curve out, and it's a single tunnel. And then it begins to sort of follow the tunnel in its smoky form, pitch black, of course, and continues to follow. And then there is for quite a while, perhaps, probably uh, mm, maybe a couple hundred feet. And then the road does bisect. Then there's a left and a right.
Okay. Uh, I want to try something weird because weird is sort of Ember's bag.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm going to cast bonfire
Okay.
to to generate some some smoke and some flame. Um, and using that, I want to create a minor illusion of what Red sees, because Red's got blind sight, blind sense, blind sight of 60 feet. So I want to try to detail that with the minor illusion,
Got it.
hopefully to get
Um,
enough detail that perhaps Zarbog or Yvain might be able to give us a direction to follow.
Got it. I do need to apologize. The initial descent is only 50 feet.
Okay.
Now that I'm taking a second look at things, it's definitely only 50 feet. But yeah, you create the bonfire, start minor illusioning, and you sort of begin to create a sort of uh, TV's kind of a little hologram screen of what might have been seen down there, what Red is viewing, which isn't much in fairness. Does Red has dark vision, I believe, right?
No,
Or is
Red has blind sight,
Okay, so can
straight
see
up
just
blind
fine.
sight.
Yeah, can see just fine down there, which is great. So you suspect it's very dark down there, Ember, but you know. But yeah, so it's about 50 feet. It does wind and turn here and there. It's not like a straight shot, and then it comes to this left and right.
Hmm.
Is there enough detail here for either of you to we get an idea of which direction we should go?
Good question. Let me take a look. What do you think?
I was going to ask if one way went towards a particular attack or anything.
Uh, the one, like the left turn, does go to. It starts heading in the direction of another farmstead they got a hit.
That I don't know if you can do your thingy where you feel what's in the area, but without that, I would say logically go to the one that's nearest where there was an attack. But if you can do your thingy, your thingy is better.
My thingy doesn't work on giant acid bugs.
Could you hit me with a survival check, Yvain?
What about tracks? We got tracks?
Nice.
Oh yeah, there's clear sign of like you can look down the tunnel and
A
see the
21,
activity.
sir.
21. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that because I was like left is the right answer, but I forgot to ask for survival check. So just making sure that all checks out. Covering my bases. Yeah, there's tracks. You definitely see more of these like insectoid like leg tracks in there, and and obviously can see that like it's a burrowed tunnel. It's not like an established like cave system. It's a burrowed tunnel through
Right.
fertile soil. Right. It's very deep, but it's still soil.
Does can I tell from my smoke hologram map whether or not the some of the burrowed earth looks more or less recent, less settled, more loose?
Make me a survival check.
Okay. 16.
16. Everything here does look pretty recently utilized. Yeah, all the tunnels here look to be recently used. What's a clear sign of that is that it hasn't collapsed. Like it's fairly structurally sound because it's like the dirt's been like pressed into the wall to like solidify it in place, but that'll only hold for so long. So the
Right.
fact that the tunnel's functional does say that it is somewhat recent.
All right.
And you do know that this hole went to a farm that recently got hit. So you know something's been through here recently.
As best as I can tell, left seems like a winning choice.
Okay. Uh, hang a left, Red. We'll go that way. Slow and easy.
You want to roll stealth check for Misty Man?
Sure.
For the Misty Man.
$19.
19. Okay, very stealthy. It'll be hard done by to see this creature. Continues pursuing. So here's what I'll say. Yeah, you start going left. You're gonna find that indeed it does wind and turn. As it is winding and turning and heading in the direction of one of those other farms that got hit, there is a tunnel that goes down on the way. It continues on, but it goes down as well.
Goes down.
Yeah,
We
deeper
gotta-
into the earth.
We got to down and continue forward.
We're following Red as this is happening, right?
Yeah, we've only got about a 100-foot bubble where I can see what he's seeing.
But we're walking along the ground like above where Red is underground, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So can we get
It's the best of your ability, of course. It's
Yeah.
not
Can
a
we get
perfect
to-
translation.
Can we get to around above the downward path?
I would like to ask, how are you guys following Red's path with accuracy? Because like you can see Red moving at a certain speed and you can try and match that speed and see him try and turn, but it is sort of it could be a broken telephone situation, if that makes sense, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So is there a way that
Well, the telepathic link has only got about 100 feet worth of space. So if I lose that link, Red stops. We get back into link. So we're always probably at the edge of that at the edge of the bubble to best tether that connection.
That makes sense. So I'm gonna actually just illustrate this for a moment because it's fun. Let me get a little earth thing here. That is a net. That is not what I was looking for. So let's say this is where you guys are at about here. Come on. Work with me. No? Oh, I'm still building, that's why. Okay. And then up to 100-foot radius, being able to detect the guy. Just, I guess it's kind of interesting to illustrate here. And then up on the surface level, got all this space. So yeah, you guys are, you can fairly accurately, I want you to see my map, but keep up with what's going on there in a pretty decent radius. So yeah, you're keeping up fairly well, Okay, sweet. Fantastic. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Help me visualize. So yeah, you're able to follow with pretty decent accuracy. Where red is. So you guys can, and again, and then when it becomes the specific like that, like we want to get right on top of red, that's a little trickier. But you can do that to the best of your ability. Maybe like, yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. These things burrow through the ground, and from what we've been told by the cows, I believe, especially concerning the disappearance of Larry, they come right up out of the ground, straight up out of the ground, and snatch Larry or whomever. How do they know if they're not coming up out of the ground and traveling across the ground? How do they know where to come up out of the ground to snatch a cow? They have to have some other way to sense these animals from underground, correct? That's not sight. So whatever it is, sound, whatever, something, smell, whatever. They must be able to do it through the ground. So then he starts jumping up and down on the ground and saying, "Come out of the ground."
Can you imagine
Okay.
like a beetle, like the Beetlejuice sandworm where it like just comes up? Like, can you
Right.
imagine?
Fucking
He's
Dune.
jumping up and down, arms going like this. Come up out of the ground.
I picture it so clearly.
You see, and then Fen just starts sort of like
Uh-huh.
around Zarvolg as like he thinks Zarvolg's trying to play,
Yes.
sort of bouncing around the dog.
I need this fan art, man.
Have you looked at Wendy's art in the Tyranny of Dragons?
Yes, oh my god, it's immaculate. I love it.
She's gifted. Wow. I love it. She's like, oh, these are just doodles. I'm like, I could spend hours and not do anything.
And they're so fast.
I know, yeah. Like they really are just da 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 da. I'm just doing this while I'm playing, but they're really good. She's good.
All right.
So nothing comes out of the ground and eats Zarvolg.
No, Zarvolg doesn't just start jumping up and down, and all of your problems get, all the monsters come emerging upward. Unfortunately, no, they don't. It does not happen.
They come out of the, hey, you rang.
I'll tell you what. Hey.
Here's the problem that we're currently.
I will say that Ember, you do see that Red's situation. There's like, it affects nothing collapses or anything, but like some dirt sort of falls off the ceiling as Zarvolg starts jumping up and down.
Yeah, well, at least we're getting through. So here's the problem that we're facing. Let's say Red goes deeper down this hole. Let's say he finds one of these things. You still have to find a way to get to it. I can't dig a 100-foot hole. But we still have to get it to come up out somehow.
Right. So I was thinking, and I don't know if it would work. You're right. These things have to feel something. Maybe if we made enough noise on the surface in a place where we weren't, but we could watch. Perhaps if we did that, they would come to where the hubbub was. I don't know. There's got to be a way that they know where the cows are.
We need a herd of cows.
We need a few cows. We don't want a whole herd. We want to be able to control where they pick from. If we have a whole herd, then we have to watch a whole herd. If we have 3, we have to watch 3. But it needs to be big enough maybe for them to get their attention. I don't know. But you're right. There's got to be some way they're feeling about.
Well, how do bugs do it? I mean, I'm not an expert. I know if you watch a fly on a spider's web when they flail around, that's what makes the spider come to them. So what's the attractor for a bug like this? I don't know bugs.
Cows. Where's the nearest ranch from here?
Smaller
Um,
bugs.
there's a, I would say there's a ranch nearby. One of the ranches that got hit. They're sort of corralling all of their herd.
We just let some cows out of there.
Real ants are scavengers. Like, real ants don't hunt live prey typically unless it's mortally injured already, you know? And I don't know how do these things, can I roll a survival check to see how these things hunt?
You can make a nature check.
Or a nature check? I'll take that. Whichever. A check.
Yep. DC's a little high. You're not from a place where onkegs are an issue for you particularly, Yvain, but you give it a shot.
Probably not 13. Again.
You know that onkegs are subterranean creatures, and that they hunt big game. Not big game, but they hunt livestock. That's kind of what you got. They tunnel around and they take livestock.
Mum would know. She was here.
Mummy would know.
I say we let some cows loose.
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, Honor says, it might be possible we could ask around about what time all of the farms got hit. They might be nocturnal hunters. I don't know much about onkegs, but maybe there's a particular time or maybe some kind of pattern or frankly, we just jump in the hole and go run after them.
Don't know. Don't know that I think jumping in the hole is the most prudent thing to do at this moment. Hoping we could bring them out to us where we can control the field a little better.
If we could find like a cavern or really any opening, but one, I don't want to be in a small cramped hole tunnel where we can't get around each other, and two, I don't want it falling in on us while we're in.
Sphere.
So which way do you want me to send Red? Continue the direction that we're going or down?
I guess down.
Oh, down, yeah.
Okay, we'll see how far down it goes. Or if he runs out of distance, that will make up our mind for us in that respect.
Right.
You send him down. It's not quite as deep. It's only about 20 feet down, so you're not going to lose your connection. So it's a 70-foot total from the surface. So if anything, it makes you a little more exact about your being on top of him. So he only goes about 20 feet down. He goes to another system. It's another tunnel system. I'd say it's only like, I'd roll it. It's only one. It goes down and sort of continues on. It's a one-way.
Okay. That's the way we'll go.
Yep, let's go.
All right. You guys start following. It very much sort of leaves the room or any sort of direction of farms, and you just start walking. And you're gonna go for a while here. Quite a while, in fact. You start walking for maybe like you find yourself moving east and fully leaving the farms behind.
This isn't working out. I guess we need to ask the farmers for more information, and or we need some cows.
Yeah, and just so you know, you start moving east and you kind of move past the last big sort of farm, and you find yourself in sort of the hilly, slightly forested region just to the east of this little farmsteading just outside of the western walls. But the tunnel keeps going.
I'm
We could
I'm
we could keep following tunnels, but the problem was that these things are snatching cows. So I don't know how far away from the cows we need to get.
I don't know anything about bugs. So I got nothing for you. I can help visualize and scout, but that's that's what I got.
So this may not be the right answer, but I want to throw it out there for community review. Would it behoove us to go to the library and to see if there's any information on these things and how to kill them? If that's
Honor
a bad
immediately
idea, then
brightens up.
we don't have to.
Yep. Honor immediately, like a little smile comes over her face. She doesn't say anything, but she looks happy at the idea. The library, books.
I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but the scholar spoke well of it here, so maybe they would know.
Let's see how else we could get information. So it's as good of an idea as any. We don't have anything else to go on.
If there's a way to kill an ankeg in a book, then maybe we could just follow the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But
an ambush by
already,
spirits or some such. So, to the library.
I know, right? Where to go? Follow me. And she just starts like with a little pep in her step. Just starts like, okay, let's go to the library.
Skipping to the library.
Pretty much. Honor, like she's trying to contain her excitement, but nothing like the library.
shall I stay
Uh,
here and see if we can learn anything more here? I'm not going to be much help in a library.
All right. So you're gonna hang out?
I don't want to split the party.
I'm
though.
asking the group.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Well, I would hate for you to have one of your dancing fits and uh, become a potential meal.
I think I could get away if it came down to it.
Larry didn't.
Larry.
Larry didn't.
Ooh.
What time is it?
Oh
Because we've
God.
been to Gilmore's and we've been out and about a bit.
Yeah, I would say it's getting to be later in the afternoon. Like not like the sun isn't going down or anything, but like it's the afternoon. People are probably, I mean, these are ranchers, so they just go until the fucking sun goes down.
We saw some
but yeah,
cows. I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead. I was just saying, like, people are probably getting off inside Western, like market stalls and such. They're probably getting off work soon.
We saw some cows that weren't corralled yet, right?
There are some farms that are allowing their plains cows to go to pasture, but still keeping a close eye. Some of them
Yeah.
are mounted.
I think I might do the shepherd bit. Watch over the cows by night.
How far did the earrings go over?
120, the message cantrip, which I believe is like 120, 150 feet.
Right, so not from the library.
Not from the library, maybe from a short distance away.
I feel obligated to point out the following.
So there's a lot of different ways.
If one of these farmers or farmhands spots a dark cloaked figure at night near enough to one of the herds, and the mystery remains about where they're disappearing to, the poacher or cattle thief will garner a lot of attention. And given how big these farms are and how much they're paying honor so we can get paid, there's a distinct possibility that they may react poorly to something perceived as a cattle thief. I'm just thinking.
That's a bad idea.
They are pretty far. They are pretty.
Right.
In fairness, they are pretty on edge lately.
I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about their shoot first, ask questions later, but
I'm individually, I'm not concerned. If the group is strongly opposed, I'll accompany you to the library.
well,
So-
alternatively, we could buy a couple of head of cattle and then march them to like that junction where the up down was, and intentionally walk them around and around and around and around and around and around to make it seem like a lot of cattle. And if the cattle and their motion is the attractor, that would be a lot of motion at the juncture that's closest to if they're what's a lair of bugs called?
A colony. Hive.
Colony. If their colony is located, maybe off of the down spike, and we just haven't gotten there yet, and they're coming in across from the east, and there's a lot of stomping around. If they're not too smart, they may take the prey that's closest. So if we have a lot of cattle being intentionally moved around, that may cause them to come to where we are.
Right. I like that. I like the cattle stomping.
So
All right. How much for a herd of cattle?
not a herd, just a couple.
Yeah, all right.
We just need to keep them, because like the cattle were mostly standing still. They would like munch on the grass and they move around a little bit. And periodically the farmhands apparently would move them around, one would presume, because you can only eat the grass down to the ground, so you have to move to where more grass is. So
I think the last time I checked, plains cows go for about 200 gold in Western ahead.
Oh my god.
They make for good mounts, but they're expensive. A lot of meat. I'm double checking.
Yeah, I thought you said last time they were pretty expensive.
Plains cows they're not your normal livestock.
I mean, I can get you two large. I can get you two large animals.
Oh, well, now
Right.
hear me out. Yeah, they go for 200 gold each, but they can carry a lot of weight. And anyway, I'm not going to talk about plains cows. However, we do have a wonderful druid woman who maybe could turn into one, possibly.
Yes.
I don't
But
know. I feel like it. Above the table, I feel like a plains cow is a CR2 creature that I can't turn into.
Yeah, she doesn't know that. She doesn't know what wild shape is, so
No,
she's just trying.
what I can do, I could do a warhorse, which could make a lot of noise. I could stomp about. I can also turn Fen into a very large dog. So you could have
Also-
two large things stomping about. We just won't be cows.
We're also all on horses.
Oh,
Oh, that's
No, we're not. We left them behind, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
you
we
can
could
take
go
them
get
out
the
though.
horses.
have a question.
Yeah.
I'm not a hunter, but I did talk to a lot of people in various jobs as a tavern keeper. Don't When you're hunting particular types of games, sometimes don't you use like a call or a lure? I remember talking to a guy who hunted ducks, and
Yeah.
they had this quacker thing that they would use to quack at ducks.
So we
So
need an egg quacker.
we need a bug quacker.
Oh,
And if stomping around is the key, can we make something fake to like pound on the ground to sound like cattle?
Well, how big of a stump are we looking for? Because I mean, I may have something, but it may be a bigger stump than we are intending,
Yeah,
and I would
like-
need time to prepare it.
Well, I don't think that it's necessarily something that is a burst thing. We need to do it for an unknown period of time because we don't know what their hunting cycle is. Assuming that they have a hunting cycle, but
I'm assuming that weight has something to do with it, with how they're sensing them. And one plain scout weighs about 2,000 pounds.
but also probably movement, yeah?
yeah,
But it's because they're hearing or they're feeling it. It's
Sure,
one
but
or the other.
we've been moving around up here for hours now.
Do
There's
not weigh
also
enough.
all the farms around us are, there's herds of creatures around here. I'm sure they have no illusions about where their prey is, right?
and
Right.
they probably can select the choicest prey by how much disturbance volume that they get. That
Like
we
I said,
just need to make a disturbance that's large enough, a quacker that fools them.
like I said, I have something that can be heard from pretty far away, but I would need time. I need time to focus on it, and I would need time to prepare, but could try it.
We could always just, you say you have horses, we could always just patrol the farmlands and maybe it'll pop up and we could spread out different I mean, I don't have a horse, but we spread out and scout around, and if somebody sees something, maybe they like launch a firebolt or something in the air and everyone joins in and take it down. We could do that.
Right.
I'm not a hunter. I will cede to other people's expertise.
I've read a couple books about hunting, but I've never actually gone hunting before, so I don't
Right.
think I could.
I've been hunting, but the hunting ground can't, I mean, it can be, but if it's endless and it's 3-dimensional, you have to be within a certain proximity of your prey in order to be able to hunt it. We don't have any idea
Right.
what these things are. We only know what they're after.
Okay, well,
So far,
Why don't
chasing
we-
them that doesn't work. So I agree that luring them is the better course of action as far as hunting goes. If you can't track it down, you have to bring it to you, or wait for it to come to you.
I mean, I can make a whole lot of earth move. I can make a lot of noise. I had to burn a spell on it, but I can.
Oh, I could do that just a little bit too. I'd have to adjust my cantrips for the morning, but I could move some earth around.
well,
What if we go in the tunnels and we go after them and we make sure our back is safe, and then when we find, turns, we collapse them, or we pour a bunch of oil in the hole, and when they try to come out, we just drop fire in it. Never mind. I'm just kidding. feeling
I like-
creative.
I mean, I love that. And I'm all about dropping fire on bugs. By the way, are we going to be trying to dissect these? I assume that acid and such has value.
Right, probably, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, is there anything anyone wants to know? Like, particularly that nobody here seems to know. I have a spell for it.
Yes!
Okay, what would you like to know?
I would like to know their location.
I would too. Doesn't I could try. All right, let me try. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Actually, a more useful piece would be
Aye.
what time of day or night are they typically active? What time of day or night do they hunt?
Oh,
Right.
That would
that's better.
that would give us a better search criterion.
Got it.
In
All right.
the,
Yeah.
Okay, tell you what. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back, and I'll answer all your questions. I just need to go over there. And she starts quickly walking away over to the nearby like farmhouse, and just sort of disappears behind it. And literally like 10 seconds later, she comes out from behind it and returns, and goes, "Okay, what would you like to know?"
Oh my gosh.
I know all about nature and creatures and things now. What would you like to know?
What are their hunting habits?
Mm-hmm.
Do they come out? Which is like, well, we know what they like to eat, but how do they
She goes,
hunt?
and there's like a little sort of like, you can see these like little, just at the barely cusp of seeing these little like, these almost like little, it's almost like, fireworks going off during the day almost, where you barely see them, just sort of around her head. And she goes, "Okay, all right. They typically hunt whenever they want, but
Right.
in such a populated region where there's a lot of danger, there's a lot of farmhands, and it could be very dangerous to come out during the day, they will have probably adapted their hunting cycle to nighttime."
Are they intelligent, these things?
No, they're very dumb, actually.
Dumb, but evolving. They're capable of learning, they're adjusting their strategies.
She goes, "Actually, now that I think of it, okay. The tunnel systems they've created are rather intricate and is rather outside the normal of what these creatures are capable of. It's very interesting. There might be something else being at play here, possibly, but it's unheard of. There's a 50-foot and then there's a 20-foot distinguishing. They do have the ability to sense tremors in the earth, and that might be why they're keeping their tunnels shallow to the surface, but it doesn't explain why their tunnels are so intricate."
Interesting. All right, well, so this is beyond my knowledge of hunting. If there's something non-natural at work here.
She's gonna think about bugs. She goes, "Now, there's no onkegs don't really have like queens or alphas or anything like that, but typically in bug, in bug colonies and such, like termites, for example, they can form a hive mind through sort of a queen or an alpha, and that can usually enhance their intelligence. But again, onkegs have never been reported to have queens or alphas or anything like that, but it is behavior that speaks to that if there is more than one onkeg and it is actually a colony. But no way to really know from up here, and there's no evidence that onkegs even run in large colonies enough to have a queen.
That might be something you could look into at the library.
So we're
Okay.
in agreement that maybe the best thing to do is do a little bit of research, maybe plan some different spells.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on
tomorrow we hunt.
how how confident are you in the information that you have? Like,
Oh, I divined it from a spell, so it's pretty reliable.
Well, maybe if if they're if they're moving at night, we've traced part of the tunnel complex back to where it branches off and kind of runs in that singular eastern direction. Maybe we hold at that node where it dropped the tunnel dropped down from being close to the surface, because it sounds like maybe the close to the surface tunnels are the hunting tunnels, maybe, because it lets them sense where the food is, and you might not hunt where you live.
Right.
So
agree.
if they're traveling in, that particular node might be worth watching. I could sit with Red and maybe Zarvog if folks wanted to
Go to the library.
go to the library. And
You're talking
swap.
about the juncture underground where it's split left and right. Is that what you're talking about?
No, where it went down, where it continued out towards the one farm, and it went down, and we headed east.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because east was kind of away from where all the prey was.
Right.
But if their behavior is, go look for food, kind of like an ant. Ants usually are not picking off stuff that's like right close to the nest immediately. They spread out all over the place. So if these guys spread out all over the place, this is where the food is. They bring it back to the nest of some kind.
So let's say we stake out the node, which is 50 feet underground. We see all of, a number of them passing through that node. Then what do we do?
Well, if they come up from there, then we know that east is the direction that we need to go. And that's fine. And then we can follow that with whatever research Honor and Yvain and Finch are able to find at the library. We follow the tunnel east to wherever their hive coven plan. It was definitely a C word.
Colony.
Yes. Back to their colony site. That's, I don't know.
But that's probably going to be deep underground.
Yes.
So how are we going to get? What are we going to do there once we're above it?
Oh, well, that would be up to the people who were talking about moving Earth.
I mean, I'm not that. I mean, I can move a bit of Earth, but I can move like the top layer a little bit, but I can't like burrow into the Earth. That's a little beyond my skill set. I could like collapse one of the tunnels inside the hole, like loose soil and such, but I
Well,
don't know
and
if I could.
that might be an option. Again, depending on where that goes. I mean, we could try doing that at that juncture node, where it goes down if we would, and it continued forward. If we go out on the forward spur that's headed out towards one of the farms that had already been hit, we could try collapsing it there and then go back the other way before the other farms and try collapsing a little bit there if we can do it twice. So you just have the east channel that comes up and suddenly those two ways are blocked off.
I just thought of something. I mean, we could collapse Earth in the tunnels, but they're burrowing animals anyway. Like, I don't know that like just collapsing their tunnels is going to block them from anything. They'll just burrow through them. I so I had a few thoughts. One, we know for sure that the reason we're out here is because we want them to stop stealing plains cattle. So I think we ought to be nearer the plains cattle. Two, we know that we would rather fight them above ground than underground, and we don't want to necessarily crawl through 5-foot tunnels if we don't have to. We know that they come up out of the ground to take the cattle. So again, we're back to the cattle. Three, according to what we've kind of discussed so far, it sounds like they've already made some unusual adjustments to the way that they normally hunt based on inconvenience and threat. So if we're there to, confront them when they come out to take the cattle, eventually maybe they develop to evolve to the point that they decide to stop coming to get these cattle. If they're already avoiding farm hands during the day, we shouldn't have to kill too many of them before they quit coming to this area to steal the cattle.
That doesn't sound like removing the termite problem. That sounds like delaying the termite problem.
Right. I mean, if they're, again, I would go back to the third point. Like, if they figured out not to come above ground, like normally these are subterranean creatures, so they don't care about day and night normally. So if they figured out, or if they've decided somehow that coming out of ground in daylight is too dangerous, then coming out of ground at night and getting killed ought to also be too dangerous.
I didn't get that impression necessarily. That's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Honor. My takeaway was that, they adapted over time the same way that if you were to take a beehive and set it out near a bunch of flowering bushes or something, the bees would figure out where the flowering bushes were. And
of course.
And if they only opened, at dawn, then you would see a lot of bees early in the morning, but not so much at night.
Yeah, that's true. They their creatures are not terribly intelligent, but they're creatures of instinct, and they could learn like you could train a dog, right? Train it to drool if you present it food every time you snap, and it'll learn to snap, or learn to drool when you snap. So same concept, I suppose. Learned that it's dangerous to come out in the day, so now they do it at night, probably.
Right. So what if we teach them it's also dangerous to come out at night?
That means they're just gonna come out anyway.
Or they might find new hunting grounds, and they might find a new farm hole. Well, the problem is that Westwood is surrounded by farmland. There's tons of farms, and they've picked this southern portion farm town as their target. if we make them think that this southern town is too dangerous, they might find themselves tunneling to one of the northern or western ones to do their hunting.
Like, and that's why I said it affecting them here without taking it back to where they live is delaying the termite problem.
It is also worth, I think, now that you bring up the point, it makes me think, none of the other farmhouses or other farm towns have been hit around West rather than here, which tells me that this is probably the closest place to their colony, which means that, well, I don't know what that means actually. It means that we're closer to here than anywhere else. If it's going left, maybe go to Briarwood.
Which is why this eastern track is divergent, which makes me think, if you were going to lair somewhere and you traveled underground and you came up to sort of, look around. I saw you do it in the mountains, Zarvog, when you were getting dinner. You would, go up in the tree or climb up on the rock and take a look around to look for game trails and that sort of thing, or at least I assumed they were game trails. But wouldn't they do something similar if they sense through the ground and they're burrowing critters? But like your eyesight only goes so far. If their earth sense, bug sense, whatever, only goes so far. They come up from wherever, take a look around. Yes, there's prey. No, there's not. Then they dive back down.
You're assuming that they can see further than they can use their other sense.
No, I'm not. When I say sight, I mean bug sense. Whatever Honor called it, tremor. Whatever the ground shake.
Tremor sense is the technical term used.
Right. But you don't think they would do that underground?
No. What I'm saying is, if their lair is along that eastern spur that we stopped following,
right?
If their lair is out there and they're looking for new prey, they're a bunch of ants. You see ants troop all over the place, but once they find food, they all haul ass along the same line in the inn. So if they did the same thing, they kind of radiated out from their nest, and this was the closest spot. Then they radiated out. They went high enough that they could sense what was on the surface, and they hit on the plains cows. Then they proceeded to tunnel themselves out and would pick off prey. If they hit spots where they met resistance, they just didn't go back to there. They went and got new because there was a lot of options.
Right. Okay. I'm perfectly in agreement with all of that. So what do we suggest? I'm not sure where this is going. So what do we do? Let's say we find the spot of the lair, and it's 100 feet underground, and there's no openings nearby. What do we do?
Well, we have two options. We either give them a reason to egress, or we find a way to we find a way to enter, and that's either go back to this tunnel and then work our way east, which no one wants to do, or convince them to come out. But unless we get all of the colony, I think it just delays the problem as opposed to solving the problem.
Right. I understand that's how you feel. I'm asking, how do we get all of the colony? What are our options for that?
We need to. We don't have enough. We don't have enough information.
What
We
information do we need? Ask Honor. She has the information.
Oh, hi.
All right, so no, if
Yes, you.
if I may, right now we know what information we need to get, but perhaps the first thing we should do is either immediately locate the colony, or let's look to learn more about these creatures. Let's maybe see if there's a pattern to their attacks. Did they start in a certain place and then progress in a certain way? Is there a pattern to their movements? Have the attacks been at a consistent frequency or at a sporadic frequency? And if it's a sporadic frequency, does it seem is there a pattern within it? Like, can we just look at all the information and analyze what we have? I don't know.
I'll tell you
we
what.
need to know where they are. Once we know where they are and we know the parameters of the place, then we can determine a plan.
It's a good point. So you guys all rolled some separate checks last week. I believe, Ember, you took responsibility for investigating the actual farmsteads and locations of the different farms and what they had been up to. Okay, I'd like you to make me, as Yvain's like, look for a pattern. Why don't you make me an investigation check or an insight check, your choice. Probably an insight check, actually.
Okay.
Sorry. Here, what's your bonus for insight?
Insight is 2.
Insight is 2, and you rolled a 14, so that's still 16. That's great. You definitely gather, sort of, you think back to like who got hit and like talking about when and looking around the different farms that have closed down. It definitely looks to be like southeastern got hit first, and then it became a little more sporadic. So what you could take from that with the 15 is that, while this network of tunnels was being made, they sort of came in, they're like, okay, food, great, food. And then they started sort of sectioning off as they finally like hit gold, essentially. And then they were like, okay, let's check out this vein and go all over the place. So southeastern is a little to the south of where you are right now is what got hit first, and where there's the most concentration of farms that have closed down because there's been too many plains cow death.
So I feel like we've been having two different conversations here. So maybe we should come to a consensus on one general question first. Are we interested in finding the points of attack, or are we interested in finding the lair? Because as I think we've all agreed, those probably aren't going to be the same place.
I don't think the points of attack buys us anything.
If I may.
And the points of attack are too spread out for us to be effective.
Yeah, Yvain, go ahead.
If I may. If a creature is encroaching, it starts at a certain point and works out from there. So if we know that the attacks concentrated in the southeast, then it's possible that we could surmise that perhaps, and I know it's a lot of ifs, that was where they came in which case the colony would be near the southeast. Now, I could be wrong. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm just trying to logic my way around it because I don't really know these creatures.
No, I think you're exactly right, and I agree with your logic. My concern isn't with finding the location of the lair underground as much as it is with what do we do once we find the location of the lair underground.
I was thinking about that. What if I set off an earthquake?
Are you that powerful? You can set up an earthquake?
Well, I mean, all right. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misspeak. I can make the earth shake an awful lot.
Well,
It could
Above
work.
the table,
Depends on the.
second wave, thunder wave.
She goes, "Oh, I could. I mean, I could do that too if you're talking about a thunder wave spell. I
Yeah,
mean, we
like,
could
we
do
can-
that hypothetically.
It would
Well,
make them
I think
flee. If we
if I
collapse
might,
what's around there, then they have to come up.
if I might, I think we're getting a little bogged down in semantics. I think the first
Alright.
thing is first that we need to find the colony. We're counting our eggs before we even have the basket. What if we found the colony and then work with what information we're given based on what we find there? For all we know, there's an entrance right above it.
yeah, that's exactly it. We don't have enough information.
That would be like that would I would be baffled. If that's the case, I will be absolutely baffled that these things are tunneling for miles underground and right above their colony, they have an entrance.
They might. It's possible, or they might not. If we don't know what the natural
Well-
factors are, they might have.
All right, but why don't we move towards the direction where the first concentration of attacks were? Let's just move in that direction. See how we feel when we get there.
I would say we should follow that eastern spur, because it's at that point that the tunnel kind of comes up and then starts to branch out. You know,
What if we
that's
split up?
No.
I know. I was just making a joke.
All right,
Sorry.
yeah. No, let's go if yeah.
Yeah,
If it's-
that,
I could
and
be
that what you
completely
said
wrong.
makes sense. Let's go to that juncture. Let's go to that juncture and see.
Okay, we're standing on top of the juncture. We haven't moved since we found it.
All right, so
All right.
now that we're here,
So what do we want to do? We want to go east or down?
How are we
East
going
is
down?
down.
Oh,
oh, I can get us down. You know that.
I do.
Oh, yeah, I can get us down. Can you see in the
Okay.
dark?
Yeah, I'm a tiefling. I can see just fine. And she taps her staff, and a light cantrip goes off on her staff.
Oh, yeah, glorious. So, yeah, I can get us down. Come on, guys. I can get us up. You think I can't get us down?
What?
Well, we don't have to go down yet.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Fred will let us
And we
follow
can also
him.
use ropes, but the other way is more fun.
There's no hole here, right?
No, there's no hole.
No.
You guys are just standing in sort of like the western
Right.
plain. Like,
Right.
You're maybe
Red's
a
like
couple hundred
70
feet off
feet
from-
below us, isn't he?
yeah, he's like 70 feet below you guys.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
So let's just
We
follow
haven't
the
seen a
eastern.
hole for a long time.
Yeah, you guys left the nearest farm about a couple hundred feet that way. And they just kind of started walking, realized, okay, we're going into the plains, let's stop. And kind of, so now Red's just kind of sitting in an empty tunnel.
I would suggest we keep headed east and
Okay.
see if we don't spot the lair.
Okay.
It's away from the food source, and it's the singular tunnel headed away from where the food is,
Right.
which in my mind is the path home.
I'm sure that it is. I don't doubt that at all. I'm saying we don't have the ability to tunnel once we get there. And my guess is that
We don't know that we need to. We don't have any information at this point. We know they're
you know
subterranean.
that they tunnel and
But-
that they keep getting deeper.
Well,
Just do
ants
that.
ants
We
do,
just-
and
we
there's
walk
almost
there,
always,
And then when we get there, we wouldn't. I'm just sorry.
and they may have eaten closer to their colony. Yes, colony, and exhausted the
These are some
local
druid
food. So there may be
crafting.
tunnels there. I don't know.
Just like a little fidget spinner.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go find the lair.
So we're not going to the library. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's go.
I have to go to the library anyway, and I've never been to one this large, so I'd like the company.
All right. Let's go find the colony and do the library later.
Okay.
Right? Or we could go to the library and you all could go. No, we'll go together, probably. You said not split up.
No splitting up. No.
Alright. Okay. And okay, you guys will continue onward. Yeah, you guys continue onward. Ember, are you continuing your illusion of what Ember or Red is seeing beneath?
Yeah.
Cool.
With Yvain acting as the seeing eye druid.
Got it. And it is slow going because it is very much like Ember. You sort of like roll your eyes in the back of the head and start following, and then it's like, oh, no, a little left. Nope, not left. Right. Okay, cool. There, we're catching up. Cool. Or we're too far ahead. So it is a little bit of like trying to position Ember correctly and follow. It is pretty slow going. But you do manage to follow regardless. Okay. And you're gonna travel for a bit here. I do want. No, let's ask first. Yeah, you travel, you follow the plain, kind of dips and sallows here and there, as it is sort of a hilly region. You do find yourself quite quickly getting closer and closer to a nearby forest. Where are you guys? From there you are. Yeah, you're traveling and you find yourself getting very close to a forest to the point where you find your way within. Incredible. Yeah, you keep. I'm gonna say at this point you get to the forest's edge, and it's starting to get dark at this point. You guys have been talking for quite a while. You're trying to follow, and it is a little bit of like trying to find reception kind of as you're walking along. And as you get to the forest's edge, you do definitely have like a, okay, you know where the forest edge is, and you can sort of start there pretty quickly. But you are quite aware that like it is getting dark. It's up to you guys. Do you wish to continue into the forest while it is dark, or would you like to do something else?
Let's go.
Okay. You continue your pursuit inward. The darkness does not affect Ember's ability to keep up with the creature in question. I'm going to check something as you guys are emerging into the Bramblewood. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, that is wrong. Okay, let's see here. Okay. No. There we go. Interesting. Okay, you make your way into the Bramblewood. I'm gonna kind of things in. You're following along. Let's see how you're. So you're following along. Things are pretty good. You get to a couple points where Ember, you're like, oh, like reception's getting bad, and you find that like you're very much in like a 5-foot hole, and then it kind of widens out again as like goes up and down and deeper and up and down. But it works out in the end. Find yourself here in the Bramblewood. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm gonna have you do it anyway. Zarvolg, as you are my survivalist, why don't you roll me a little survival check?
Yay. 18.
18. As you're going along, you see these little divots. There are these like about 5-foot wide divots in the ground here and there as you go along the path. Which very much, and I'll say like Honor still got a bit of hers left. So you put your heads together and you see that there are holes here. Nothing that Red could spot, nothing that the hologram gives any measure to. But you think that there are points where the Onkegs did sort of like shoot up and out and maybe did something and then went back in and then didn't use that tunnel ever again. So you see these little divots that give evidence that a burrow was made here, and perhaps it was an Onkeg, in fact.
So like old collapsed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, as you go, old collapsed, but nothing like what you saw back at the farms where it was like
Right.
pretty deep and yeah. Erosion has filled it in mostly. But yes, you get into the wood, you find your way there. You get to a point where, it's ups and downs and whatnot. I'm going to see if there's any trouble. As it gets dark, Ember, your red is going through, and at the edge of their, I believe it's 60 feet,
Yes.
60-foot blind sight vision, yes. Something comes tearing through the tunnel. Coming into your view, you see this massive praying mantis-like creature with huge mandibles, large hooked pincers at the front, four-legged, insectoid creature come tearing through and just passes right through Red, who is a smoke right now, basically. Not really dashing or anything, so you could do something if you wanted to, but basically, no, it just sort of, okay, you let it happen. That one comes tearing through, moves right through Red and keeps going. And then a second one does.
How deep are we now?
I would say depth is getting closer to about 100. It's getting closer to like 90 feet at this point as you're in the woods.
All right. Oh, well, Oh, can we see that? Is Ember able to show us that on his hologram?
Well,
Red
Ember, if you
TV?
wanted to. Yeah, Red TV. Yeah, it's Red. Yeah, Red TV definitely displays the Onkeg arrival.
Okay, so there they are.
And Honor's like, that's an Onkeg. I haven't seen one before, but my spell has, so I know that's an Onkeg.
All right, so there they are.
Yes, you with the white hair and the pink eyes.
I'd like to humbly request to give Ember inspiration for the way he's using magic right now.
That is fair.
Like,
very clever use of
the way
magic,
he's
Ember.
using
Yeah.
it's a really good use of a cantrip, I
It
think.
is, yeah.
And I would like to acknowledge that. Thank you.
Yep. Very clever. Very clever. Yep. Ember, go ahead and take inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Goes, all right. What should we do now? Do we go back because they're clearly on the hunt for another plains cow? We could probably save a farmer his livestock.
Follow. We know the direction they came, Zark can find it again.
Okay. She turns around and runs. Everyone starts running in that direction. And Ember, do you continue to like have Red travel with you guys as you're running and you're like got some-
Wait, are we running back?
I mean, if we're following, I will walk quickly, but I will
No,
have Ember with me and guide him.
If we've got to match their speed, and we saw how fast they just booked it up the tunnel.
they were going 30 feet. They were going 30 feet. Like you guys can do that.
I'll take the action to pop Red into the pocket plane, and we'll just go.
But we don't know
Fair
which way
enough.
they're going exactly. We don't know. We can't follow them exactly if you.
There was only one tunnel leading in, right? That we followed.
Honor says,
all
all right,
the way
this
through-
is back to the farms. There's no turns or twists, right? So just
Yeah.
let's
we
just
don't
go.
know which
farms.
farm.
We'll have to figure it out, I guess.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I thought we weren't. I thought the whole point of coming out here was that we weren't going to try to get the ones at the farms. We could have stayed at the farms.
All right, you all can continue. Perfectly happy to go back and help out.
Well, at this point, we have to catch Yvain. So
Yeah, Honor was running too. In fairness, I thought you stopped him, but. So Yvain and Honor are off then, and you guys can follow after if you wish.
actually, I'd like to retcon. I'll leave
Okay.
Red in the tunnel right where he is,
All right.
because he doesn't have to go anywhere. And if we go outside of that distance, I just can't sense him again. Zarvog can get us back to this exact spot. I have no doubt in my mind.
Oh,
Fair
yeah, I
enough.
mean, I can get us back.
We'll just beat feet to follow Yvain in honor.
So just above the table, if you lose Link, you don't lose Red?
No,
Oh, okay.
I
That's
just
cool.
can't communicate with him or sense anything. But he's in his least offensive things. Floating at the absolute ceiling level as a cloud of gas. So
So if you had like a keep somewhere, you could leave him in the keep and go on an adventure?
yeah, just like
Yeah.
any wizard could
That's
leave
awesome.
a familiar in the keep and
I
go
didn't
on
realize
the
that.
adventure.
But he had to be within a certain proximity of you. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, technically, if you're like have an eagle or something, you could send your eagle familiar to go deliver your mail, and he'll come back. Yeah, there are no limits there.
Oh, damn it.
Should have taken find familiar.
No, I can do
just-
that. I've got a familiar that can
Yeah,
fly, that can send shit.
All right.
In this moment, Finch realizes they're the only one that doesn't have a sidekick or a pet.
Yeah,
Well-
but you're the only one who can have an.
live in the future as your squire.
That's because they have
Oh, yeah.
Bahamut.
I need Monty back. Oh,
The rest of us are alone in the universe. Finch
See, we
has
can go
Bahamut.
back for Monty. I really liked him. I wanted him
Finch
to have
has
a happy
Bahamut.
ending, but I think I'm
And
sorry
Kima.
left him in Zephyra.
Yeah, you have God. Everyone only has everyone has like pets and animals and hands and things. You have God.
I am God.
You have God and a famous friend.
Okay, that's
You have
cool.
com-
I have a dog that I
Yeah.
found in a swamp.
Okay, but a badass dog at that.
Finch like growls at you, Zarval, because you say, "I've got a dog I found in a fucking swamp." He's like, "Arr."
All right, are we
once you're happy.
are we all headed back to the farms then?
Sounds like it.
All right.
Look, we can't let there be any more Larrys. For Larry! Huzzah!
Yes, oh my god.
Oh, well, who is Larry?
The cow that died!
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
You know who needs to do the
Yes, remember? The cow, his friend was Larry!
Oh, right, the cow
died.
with the oh, Larry.
You know who needs to cross over into this campaign is Puke.
No, it's not Larry the cow.
No more Larrys. We have to go.
No more Larrys. For the children.
You guys know how to
Okay.
get back, right?
You easy to get back. The moment you cross
I
that
mean,
tree
they
line,
know-
like Western's right there.
They know how to find their way back out to the farms, right?
Yeah, it's very easy.
All right,
No check required.
Yvain gets lost, but she's following Anna.
Don't worry, I'm very smart, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have good direction. But Western's right there. It's the big walled city right there.
All right. Yeah, let's go. I thought I could move faster, but I can't. I can just move at normal speed while stealth.
You can always Naruto run an extra 5 feet. No,
What's
don't worry
that?
about it.
Oh, yeah.
No. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. Don't do that. Okay. You guys. I thought you guys were going to go in the hole for sure, but you
No.
showed me. You guys showed
We're
me.
probably still going in the hole at some point.
I hope so. But it's fine for now. Okay, so give me a half a second here because you guys are really good at what you do.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's a nice sentiment, isn't it? Isn't it
tried.
great?
That's
Isn't that
it's
great?
nice when it feels that way.
So we've seen at least two, right?
Yeah, 2 onkegs went tearing down that tunnel for sure.
Elves.
Okay, so you guys easily make it back to the farmstead. Did you guys want to like action dash full sprint and try and get ahead of them, or did you want to just sort of run out there? Like, what's the plan?
I will. I'll action dash.
All right. Who's yeah. So you guys, okay, sure. Honorable Farrell Zarvalg. So you get back to the farmstead, or you get back to the farming community, let's call it. There's farms everywhere. What's the plan? How do you intend to spot these Ankh? Night is fallen.
I'm going for the closest group of cows that is not corralled.
Okay, you go to find one of these. Yeah, okay. So you tear off in your own direction after the nearest sort of cows out to pasture. No problem. What about anybody else?
I'm following the hunter.
All right, you follow
He
the
obviously has a plan. His plans have
Man with the plan.
It's a man with a
been pretty good
plan.
so far.
All right. Let's see if you guys pick well. Okay. Yeah. So what about Finch and Yvain? Or Honor's with you two? It goes.
Yeah.
It just kind of hangs out with you two. What do you two do? Following Ember and Zarvold, or do you have your own plans?
Yeah, we should probably just
Hunter.
follow. I don't think we should split up.
Okay. You guys go following out. You find the nearest, which is not hard to find because, you know, the road comes down and the farms are sort of along the side of the road. So anyone out to pastures left and right. So as you guys are running over to running up to this farming community, there's immediately a number of horses out to pasture, and you see a couple of farm hands astride a couple of saddled plains cows. And you go charging up. Farmhands goes, oh god, I gotta swap accents now. Fuck. What you doing then? Perfect. What you doing? What you thieves? Oh, have you been taking the? Oh wait, we know you. You've been around, haven't you?
There's
Yeah, we're tracking. We're tracking the things that are taking your cows.
Oh, good job. Keep up good work. Pull in the night
Hey.
shift then.
If you don't mind, we're going to continue our tracking.
Oh, sorry. Just you came charging up to us in the middle of the night.
Thank you so
Like
much.
6 of you just running with a horse with a dog and a flaming hand, if that's out. So
Right out.
sorry. Got
No offense. We just don't want to lose the trail.
Oh, good. Well, please, right on. So, well, what are you doing? You run up to the things, and this guy goes, "Oh, all right, as you were."
Ride out and let the others know that the beasts that are taking the cattle are on their way. They're underground. They're going to be coming up to the ground. We need someone to alert us when they come up.
Oh, fuck. Make a persuasion check.
Yeah,
We're
that's
tracking.
why I didn't want to do
I
it.
just say we were tracking.
In the interim time, can I firebolt above the head of the cattle? Not the ones that the guys are riding, but the herd of cattle.
Sure. That'll
Fire. Yeah, move around. Go ahead.
Ah!
Dance, cattle. Dance.
Dance.
Dance, monkeys
Make a
dance.
persuasion check.
Yeah, maybe a persuasion check, Zarvold. Oh no. 10. God, you guys I set up I on the fly set up a farm with a stable and cows, and now we're not even going to a farm. Okay. Anyway, so 4 you say?
10.
10. He goes, all right, we'll ride out in one. Hey, and then Ember goes shoots out this blast of flame over top of the cows, and they all start going. And they all start like getting really like upset. And Honor doesn't do anything. She's just frankly uncertain what to do. But he goes, okay. Well, you that one's gotten loose. And then he starts like calling out to try and like keep track of that. He goes, why would you do that? What the? All right, hey, you over there, go warm. Oh God, what's his name? Jeremiah Sook. Yeah, go tell Jeremiah the beasties are coming. Something, it's gonna happen tonight. just like every other night, but they're on their way. And a couple of them go on their plains cows and go riding off. But they're trying to like corral the cows and like, oh come on, they're all upset now. And the cows are all sort of bumping against each other and making a lot of ruckus. Fuck. Let's see how well that sits with okay. Wow.
Dang, that is some loud thunder.
That was some thunder. Oh, God, hang on. I gotta reset my whole thing. Give me just a half a moment. I gotta get a new map.
Right, it's like go to the farm. Come on, guys.
Come on, you know you want to. But unfortunately, the dice are in your favor. Unfortunate for me, anyway. Oh, that was an F. I meant to type a D. Okay. Okay, this could work. Sure, why not? Okay, you're gonna have to give me a half a second here. Okay, okay. This is what's happening. You guys are there, you fire it off. The cows starts like stomping around. How many are we thinking here? About 4 of them in different parts sort of like run away from the herd, sort of spooked. And the one farmhand's like, oh, you over there, go after that. You two go after those two. You go after that one over there. Oh, short-handed. I'll keep an eye on the herd. Hopefully nothing will happen. What do you guys do? You stay with the main herd? You're just sticking around, see what happens?
I'm thinking stick with the main herd. That's the bulk.
Fair enough.
Of what they're gonna sense.
Okay. Stick with the bulk.
Yep.
All right. As you're standing there with the bulk, you hear off to the left where one guy went to go corral the 2 plains cows went tearing off. You basically hear like a help! They're big the monsters! Help! Off to the left.
How far off to the left?
Not too far. Not too far, but you go running out. And we're gonna take a break because we lost Yvain. We got a combat. I don't have a map. Everything's awful. We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, and I'll be much more prepared.
I'm picturing that meme of that cartoon dog sitting in that like room that's on fire where it's like, this is fine.
Kinda, except I'm sitting around and there's like farm maps all around me. I'm like,
fine.
I don't need any of these.
None of them are correct.
None of these maps are what I need.
This is not the map you're looking for.
This is not the map.
Your combat is in another castle.
I'm afraid you went to the wrong castle. Oh shit, there's a dragon. That's cool.
No dragons.
On that rope, I was like, how did you sketch that so fast?
Oh god, you're all back already? Fuck.
No, take more break.
I just turned it on since everybody was back in seat, so I wouldn't forget.
Fair enough.
Take your time,
Ryan. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, how does Wendy draw so fast? I don't.
Oh yeah, I had another campaign where like we had an artist in the game and they just sat there and went the whole damn game and would post like a picture a session. I was like, this is the best.
One of the players in our Sunday game, like I think we told you guys, like 3 PCs died like 2 weeks ago, and they have a new character that just entered the campaign. And last night in our session, someone like jumped over like a 10-foot embankment, so we were trying to like pull them back up, and they're like, because their character's like really small, like a 4-foot tabaxi, and they drew their character like almost on their back, like trying to pull this rope up. I'm like, this just happened. This scene just happened. We just role played this. How did you sketch your character?
You can't do that.
You literally got the motivational poster of the kitten hanging from the rope saying "Hang in there"?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Oh my God. We have to meme that now for her.
Right. Well, I felt so bad for Ciela too, because like when we were trying to pull them up, they kept like smacking into this side of the embankment.
Finally, Shroud goes.
Thank God. They're
Thank
good
God
for
for
something.
Shroud.
They're
I
good
love
for
Shroud.
something. I know. They're my little baby.
Interesting convention. Cool ass piece of lore about firbolgs. Do you know that they're not named at birth?
Really?
Yeah. Other people give them their names. Firbolgs don't name. They don't have names. They
Oh
don't
no, they're
in
getting
the convention.
nicknames.
They think it's stupid. So, in my background, her name was given to her by Delan.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, look, so long, like whatever. If that doesn't work, what do you want to call me? Flower? What do you want to call me? Whatever.
So,
Whatever. No
so
matter.
you know too, that's the same with Warforged, right? So Warforged take on the names of things that their masters give them, right? So I'm not opposed to later on having Shroud take on a different name because, like I said, right now it's an acronym for what they were created for, right? But I'm not opposed to having the party rename them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Jimmy.
But
Steve.
no, like if it like if it's difficult, so we can like literally it's within the lore of the character. We can just rename the character. Something easy for everyone.
See,
Like
we'll get new
Flower.
names. I need to have more comical moments with Shroud and the loot. Oh, they have a drum too, don't they?
Give
Yes.
E for the hand drum.
Yes. Oh my God. They're getting there. They're more personable. They were kind of like communicating with Terrence yesterday. I'm trying to figure out how I want to play it with them becoming like stepping into their sentience. My poor little guy.
No, that was a great session for you and for Taylor.
Okay, watching everybody's reaction when they raged for the first time gave me such joy.
That was great. That was
I was
great.
like, I don't care if this drops. I'm like, I'm doing it for flavor.
And sometimes it's just picking the right time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I didn't realize we were going to make it all the way back into that room. And when we did, I was like, oh my God, yes. I was like, I must play this right here. Taylor did a great job too with the scrotum bats and the charm them. Thanks, Chantia.
No, that was fantastic. I just wanted to make sure we did something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last thing Ria recommended before everyone who engaged was, why don't we wait till nighttime?
Yeah.
Like she legit recommended that. Ria tried to get everyone to plan.
I want to know how much further that cave goes. That's my thing. Because Ryan was like, "Oh, that's a room. There's one room." Guess we'll see.
I'm tracking hit points. We're not doing too bad right now, so I haven't healed anyone.
I was gonna say Shroud actually has some pretty hefty hit points too. Hang on. Let me switch.
Wrong book.
Shroud right now is rocking 45 hit points. So they got like a nice little pool. Plus now that I can rage, that cuts down.
Yeah, you're at 40 right now. Yeah? You took 5 damage?
Correct.
Yeah.
I love that you're tracking that.
I'm healing. Is that what healer?
I'm a healer.
Do?
Damn it.
I'm sorry. Did I miss that part?
No, I cannot wait for Finch to be able to use some of their new little spells. I really, at one random part in this campaign, I'm just gonna use Mage Hand inappropriately.
Please do. Please do.
That's what
I didn't realize that was going to be on this. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that was going to be on the spells list because I was focused on other stuff, and then I saw that in the cantrips option. I was like, ooh, Mage Hand. What would Finch's Mage Hand look like? A glove, like a armored glove.
Like a gauntlet.
Yes, exactly. I still love what we were talking about with Red. with the monocle, the dueling glove.
That was magnificent.
I love it.
That was magnificent. Everything about that was perfection.
Mm-hmm.
The next invocation I'm taking is Voice of the Chainmaster, which actually would have made this session way more difficult because it extends the connectivity range to the same plane. But the very cool part about that is I can talk through Red.
Nice. That's creepy.
And I don't have to be blind, deaf, and dumb myself when I'm connected with it.
I do need to find a way for Finch to have some kind of pet. I want a familiar.
You should have one.
Right?
You could take ritual caster mage as a feat.
Just
You
random.
You could select that, but I haven't played a paladin in a really long time. Do you still get the special mount at like 5th or 6th?
Ooh.
I don't
think
remember. They used to.
Let me look.
No, but I bet Ryan would give it to you if you ask, because it's true. You don't have a pet, and it makes sense that you'd have a special ass horse.
Yeah, you should have a magical steed of some sort.
Yeah, like your mount should be fucking epic.
Yeah, I feel like that is a oh my god.
They used
An oath.
to. They don't. I was thinking that there was an oath that had it.
It does. Yeah, hang on. I can tell you which one it is in a second. And as soon as I see it, I think it's what is it? Not conquest. No, there is an oath though that centers around that. Wait till Finch becomes an oath breaker. No, that won't happen. Can you imagine we'll go by the shore and Finch will fall in love with the ocean, and then I'll ask Ryan to change their oath to Oath of the Open Sea. He'll be like, what?
Yep.
I wonder if ever anyone, I'm sure they have, played a character where they just like multi-class into like as much as they can. I feel like that would be really inefficient and chaotic, but is there a limit? Is there a limit in game of how many multi-classes
Yeah,
you can
well,
listen to?
Kind of, because you have to have the stats for it.
Oh, right. And I understand that. But like if you
Brendan
weren't
Lee Mulligan created a character
like that.
that was
Oh,
level
with
20
with the
and
rabbit.
like 5 levels and everything.
Oh my
It was
god.
all based around the concept that if he got the first hit, he could do triple digit damage.
That's insane. That's like I saw an interesting house rule where they said that like they were allowing to multi-class into another specialization like within like so like which I thought was interesting, but they said you have to track, like obviously you can't track it in like D&D Beyond, but I thought that was really intriguing. So like you could be I could be like, an Oath of the Crown and an Oath of the Open Sea Paladin. And I was like, interesting. And I was like, I wonder why you can't do that now. That's kind of intriguing.
You'd have to have 2 sets of oaths that never ever conflicted.
Right. But they said, but for any class, and I was like, that'd be cool because like for a barbarian, I was like, oh yeah, I could be like a totem barbarian and an ancestral guardian barbarian.
I'm sorry, could you imagine if Yvain could also be a moon druid?
Yes.
Or a shepherd druid? Take your pick. Not sure. I think she would be a. I actually think she'd be a moon druid. Honestly, she's a very aggressive little thing.
Yes. Shapeshift into Brontosaurus. Stomp on enemy.
Guys, I'm telling you, so much is happening in the library. One of those things that's happening is a book on animals.
For the love of God, yes.
I'm thinking jungles and tundra, and maybe plains.
Yes. So I was thinking my backup character for the Sunday game, maybe that druid I was talking, well, yeah, that I originally remember I wanted to play, and I was like, I want to just be like a barbarian druid, shapeshift into things and smack them. We'll see though. I believe Ryan when he says he wants to kill my character.
Shroud's got good survivability though.
A 20 AC at level 1.
Does help.
That's truly how they've survived, is that AC. I want to know how I can bump it up above 20. Must get there.
Find a way to get the shield spell.
Mm-hmm.
On demand 25.
Plate. Finch has the shield spell. Yeah, a full plate. Oh my god, imagine how loud Shroud would be in full plate. I fought so hard to have a Warforged. If Shroud dies, I will be sad.
It's easier when you can put them to rest though.
Mm-hmm. I thought the funerals that we did were very respectful and tasteful yesterday.
They were lovely.
They were lovely.
I cried.
Oh, yeah. No one followed Shroud. They just let them go with Rio's body. I love... Griff has the best characters, man. I wasn't expecting it to be a monk. I was like, I didn't hear it at first, and then I was like, oh, monk, yes. He did some damage yesterday. I support this.
I love how Taylor got through that bat room. I love
That was so good. Although I love how Ryan played it with that one that didn't get charmed. No, I want to eat this guy.
You realize in that campaign we cannot rely on stealth, right? You realize this, right?
We can't. No, not with Taylor and I. There's no way.
Okay, but my character has like a dex of 1.
Oh.
And she is going to put on chainmail when she can. So,
yeah.
like, the whole, we're going to, and that was the point that I was trying to make, and I was making it poorly, and I'm sorry, but, like, I was trying to make, we can't stealth. We can't stealth through that. That's not going to happen. We have to have another plan.
My rolls for stealth literally always are, like, high on the dice and very low on the dice. There's no, like, in between where I roll, like, a 12 and a 13. I want shrouded plate.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be fucking sweet. Yeah, and I gave up. Well, I didn't give up. I waited because I let them. I was going to have them just continue on taking levels in fighter, but then thematically for the story, I was like, no, now makes sense to take levels in barbarian. I was gonna wait, but I was like, I can go another level and then get my feet. And I originally was going to take Sentinel, and then I was like, no, I'll wait. I feel like right now we don't need Sentinel. I just realized we don't really have like a spellcaster in that party.
Nope.
Nope. Because that was Winnie.
Spellcasters are overrated.
Yeah. We have a ranger. A rogue. A monk. Oh my god, why do we have so many like melee DPS? Yeah, why do we have so many like upfronties? Why?
Because
I
you
don't
spent
know.
the
I'm
first bunch
playing a
of
Healy cleric from the back, but like if it's really nuts, I can go druid and build a blaster.
No, I was just
Druids
I
aren't
was just
really known
thinking.
as blasters, but I can.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking out loud because Terrence is up front and myself. And now we have a monk and a rogue. So like that's 4 of us.
And a rogue that plays up front, because not all rogues play up front. Some rogues.
Oh, that's right, because can't rogues
Rogues.
they can be like proficient in like bow and arrow, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
If I ever play rogue, I will play with a bow and arrow.
What is the point of playing a rogue with like a bow and arrow and then like a ranger?
Okay, hi, hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Well, I think
Like why would you
rogue-
do that?
Like as a DM, like well, it depends on your DM. Like some DMs are pretty hard ass about how stealth works. So it's like if you want to be a melee rogue, that's difficult for stealth, right? Where the DM's like, oh, you came out of hiding, they can see you now, fuck you. Which is how it works if it's
Teach it.
fucking light. But I'm a little loose with it where I'm like, okay, you like dive out from behind your box and shank them in the back and you get your stealth. And so it's easier when you have a bow because you could stand way the fuck back there and hide in a bush. Ranger doesn't use sneak attack, so the bow works pretty good when it comes to like hail of thorns, cordon of arrows. What is it? Swift quiver. Holy shit, swift quiver is a good spell. 5th level.
You could be a gunslinger.
But guns are fuck guns. I hate guns in my team
Fuck guns.
Why do you hate guns?
because it's fantasy. It's fucking
I just whip out a pistol.
medieval fantasy. Goddammit. Why is there guns in my medieval fantasy?
Right, what was that
You
big
just
like?
took our Feywild campaign into cyberpunk,
I was gonna
like
say,
dystopia.
what was that
place is
big
awful.
cyberpunk game?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk?
Wasn't there one big major cyberpunk game for a while, like back in like the late '90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, it was cyberpunk. Like
Oh, is that what it was called? Cyberpunk?
it was literally called cyberpunk. I'm pretty,
Oh.
no.
No. You're talking about hold on a second.
Like everybody had bionics and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shadowrun.
For the
Oh yeah, that's what it
Shadowrun, I
was.
heard
Thanks,
that.
Eric. Yeah.
And for the record, Yvain, you're trying to defeat the gun people because fuck the gun people. That's the difference. And you're gonna go back to your nature in a hot minute here. You just got to take down that nuclear bomb. All right.
Fastest man-made object ever.
Dude, I can't be there next week.
Oh
I'm-
man.
I will like I'm. It's a thing. Like it's a wifey thing. Sometimes I have
know,
to do
you were
wifey
saying.
things. It's not pleasant, but I do, and I'm sorry. But the one thing that she is
Wifeys?
going to,
I'm
yeah,
just kidding. I know. I'm just kidding.
like this is like a social event for his work. They have to do things a couple times a year. It's not so bad.
Gotta be yeah.
But
You gotta be helpful.
But the one thing that Lana is going to ask is, would it behoove us to find Trixie's Darkwing friends? Because she honestly doesn't know if that's just a thing that's in the past or not.
Right.
Other than that, that's all Lana knows to do right now at this moment, as they go to stop a nuclear bomb. Nuclear bomb in the Feywild. Jesus.
It's not about it's the Feywild. She pops up. You dream it up. The moment Oppenheimer showed up, that nuclear bomb was in the Feywild. Okay.
And I love how you acknowledge that it's like we're all like capitalism is evil.
I know. I was like, yes, I did it. I did what I set out to do. Make them hate capitals. Okay,
we should
guys.
send a clip of that to Brennan.
I know. Brennan Mulligan would be like, I did that. Okay, guys. Look at this. Look at farmland. You want a farm? Fuck yeah. Here's your fucking farmland.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Let's roll some initiative.
Oh,
Goddamn long cakes they need to be killing.
let's go. All right.
Oh, all right. Well, now. Okay. God!
Damn it.
Is your rolls from last night rolling over? I feel like you weren't having very good luck last night either.
Different
dice.
Dice. Complete. These dice are Evane's dice, and they're not supposed to roll twos ever.
Oh.
Yeah. And with my dex, it's a 2.
Yeah, let's see where the cows are going to. All right. All right. Sorry, I was getting really into it. All right, my petite croissants. And then... Oh shit, they roll really fucking good. And last but not least, our lovely devil girl.
Is that a cow? Is that a cow
Yeah, it's about a fucking cow. They got fires shot over their head and stuff.
Another man.
It's the play.
All right.
So
Let's do this. 25 to 20. Okay. 20 to 15.
16.
15 to 10.
13.
13. Okay. How about 10 to 5? What'd you get, Honor? Or Ember? Muted.
7.
All right. You want to go before or after Honor?
Honor can go first.
Okay. And Yvain, what'd you get?
A 2.
A 2. The cow will go before you. I'm sorry. I don't.
Cows for cover.
That was very passive aggressive. I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
On cakes go first.
439. Oh,
All right. So here we are. A couple of on kegs. Trying to eat a cow, as one does. They've got them. So you guys, well, you have your dark vision. It's darkness out here, so I don't know if you guys can really see what's going on. No, you guys don't know what's going on. You just hear like in the distance this horrible cow dying sound. Yeah, horrible cow dying sound. All right, cow, you're gonna take hashtag a lot of damage. Oh, okay, this one doesn't even need to. So no, never mind. He's gonna do something else. Cow goes down. And is going to go 15 feet this way. Start dragging the cow towards the hole. And does indeed actually get into the hole to start, but isn't fully immersed. And this one basically moves over here. Finch. I know I just showed you what's going on, but basically what you hear is off in the distance, off to the right. You hear the sound of like a cow dying and this man going, "Oh, there's monsters and horrible monsters." What do you do? Hey, oh, there you are. What's the plan?
I have dark vision, so I would at least be able to see, because I was trying to think if I needed more light or not.
You can only see 60 feet. So that's your range right now. Beyond that, you're blind. Well, actually, you can see, you would have torches. That makes sense. They're out in the middle of the fucking night. So you can see this guy off in the distance. His torch does like a 30-30 situation, I believe. No, it's not a 30-30. They're 20-20, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 20-20. So you can see this guy here. He's calling for help. But you can't see what's going on beyond the light. The guy's like waving his torch. He's like, over, what's this over here? So you see that guy's definitely like trying to point in the direction of the danger.
Let's see here. I am going to I'll be discreet for now because I don't want to scare them off either. Because I was gonna use the light cantrip, but I won't. Can I? Because you said I heard the sound though. Like we could hear the sound of something.
You know where everything's happening right now.
Yeah. Can I just start to move in that direction?
30 lands you there. You want to dash?
Yeah. Into where I think the sound is coming from. Yeah.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, with your 60 feet of dark vision, you still can't see quite what's going on, but you definitely heard like ooh,
yeah.
And then it sort of go quiet.
Okay. I think that's all I will do for now. Yeah.
All right. This guy, he's gonna go try and see what's happening. He's got a 20-20 situation going on here. Ooh. You could see a second ago, but now he can't. So he's gonna ride his plains cow.
Oh my god.
Over to here,
Wait,
40
does anybody
feet.
need anything? I don't think so.
He'll dash. And get to here, and he's gonna go, oh no, they're taking it, they're taking it, fucking oh. And that is the range of sight. So dimly, you can see sort of the Onkegs there pulling this cow into the tunnel. And actually, as this guy gets to here, this guy was holding an action after all. Okay, 30 foot long. Yeah. Unfortunate. 56 degrees. Oh no, it's only 5 feet wide. So this guy goes riding up with the plains cow, and the plains cow sort of gets spooked, and this Onkeg sort of like opens its mandible, and this stream of like yellowish white liquid sort of spits out of its mouth, lands on the plains cow. Yep. And the plains cow like screeches in pain as it's going to take 7 points of acid damage. But he's going to try and maintain control of the plains cow. He is going to fail, and the plains cow is going to turn around and say, fuck this shit, and go 20 feet that way. Guys go, it's lost control. And that's the source of the light now. Zarvolg the Grim, what would you like to do?
Move me in the direction. Where's 40 feet take me?
There.
Oh my. I can see 90 feet in the dark.
Mm-hmm. So to about there.
So still nothing, huh?
Still nothing, I'm afraid.
All right. Action dash.
All right, another 40. All
Shrub to the right there.
right, I'll get you to here.
Or at least like I saw the guy with the light get zapped, right?
Yeah, basically like acid got spewed on the face of the cow, and the cow turned around and started running.
Oh, and it's dark. Am I light? Can I be considered lightly obscured?
You'd be considered heavily obscured in the dark.
All right. I'm going to use my nature's mantle and hide.
Go for it.
Action hide.
You got a 90-foot dark vision. Yeah, you're just shy of being able to see them.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my nature's mantle and bonus action hide.
All right. Roll me stealth.
Yep. Oh, natural 1 for a 6.
All right, you're like, you throw the cape in front of yourself, and you sort of, oh shit, and you like almost fall over.
All right.
Is Fen coming with you?
Fen. We're still like 90 feet away from these things, right?
Yeah, you're pretty far still.
Yeah. Bring Fen up with me.
All right, he 80 feet just books it right with you.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess that's it for this turn. Oh, no, that's 90 feet too. Okay, never mind. Yep, I'm good.
All right, Honor. She's very simple. She's gonna dash 60 feet, and then she misty steps another 30 feet forward. She goes, no. And yeah, she's only got so much. Oh shit, what was that? Yeah, not even close. Ember.
Action dash straight for the well-lit cow.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, cow's turns. This one just kind of got spooked. It kind of just runs off. It just is like, that's scary, and runs, dashes. Everything else is not really terribly relevant. These guys are a little spooked and kind of shift around a little here and there, but they're okay. This guy's got his torch up. Yvain.
All right, well, I need to move first because I'm like way back here. So, can I action dash? I think. Like, I think I have to do that before I can do much of anything. So from right there, yeah, I have to do that before I can even be in range of anything.
Fair enough. Right, is there anything else you would like to do? Bonus actions?
The cow over there.
Which cow?
The one the thing is dragging in the hole.
Yes.
Can I do a medicine check to see if it's fully dead or only mostly dead?
I can't see it right now.
Oh shit, alright. Well then, yeah, proper bonus action. Dragon wings. It's the old faithful.
All right, so you emulate the
concentration
spirit
spell.
and power of a dragon. No problem. Yep, stars align across your body and you become a constellation of a dragon. Well done.
That is all.
On Kick's turn. Whee! Goes in. Cow with. And this one too. As quick as they came, they are gone. Finch.
Well, I'm going to keep heading in that direction because I
Right.
don't know that they are gone.
That is right. 30 feet, 60 feet of dark vision. You can't see.
Can't see shit.
You know what? Give me a moment here. I'm gonna be a little fair. I'm gonna try and be slightly more fair here. So You guys can't really see what's going on, but they didn't exactly pop up exactly where the thing was. So, in fairness, I will... Oh, God. Hitting the wrong buttons here. There we go. So that one was at the edge. We dragged it 30 feet this way, closer to the hole. I think this one went in the hole. That one's gone. Okay, sorry, keep going. Run forward 30 feet. You got action to bonus action.
Can I dash to like maybe the edge of where the light is? Yeah. Yeah, or there.
There?
Yeah. Wherever my neck, wherever that would get me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to keep moving forward. And then that's it, because I can't see shit.
All right. I'm going to see if the rider regains control. He does. Roll well enough. He's going to turn his cow. He's going to try and keep a visual on what's going on over here. Gets to about here at 40 feet. So he's just kind of skirting the edge. He'll dash, though. Try and get, like, over here. With his Plains cow. Or you know what? Maybe this guy... Nah, he doesn't have enough speed. Yeah, he moves over to here. And now you guys have a full, clean, and plain view of what's going on. Zarvolg, what do you do? Muted. You're muted, Zarvolg.
Okay.
How far away are they?
From you, the Onkeg is... it is 130 feet, 35 feet from you.
Okay, let me, jeez. All right. Let me, I guess, action dash 60 feet
Okay, action dash 60 feet to here.
and throw a hunter's mark on it.
All right. Yep, absolutely can. Hunter's mark is up. Good stuff. What next?
And Fenn is going to, I guess, run up. His normal movement's 40, right?
That's right.
I'm gonna have him dash ahead then another 40.
Yeah, Ben just goes tearing off, barking, snarling, ready to attack.
Yep. And that's it for me.
Understood. Honor's turn. Honor's going to run up 30 feet. How far are we? He is a little far. Ooh, okay, this is kind of interesting. 90 feet? That's perfect. You're not going to see it, Zarvolg, but it's possible. Ooh. Okay. Finch and Zarvolg, you're a little consumed at the moment, but Ember, you're going to see Honor do something very strange and slightly concerning, but for the time being, all that anyone sees is a chromatic orb fired forth. I will message you in a second there, Ember, about what you see. Easy hit. Spear of energy, creature can see what they choose. Fuck it, she chooses fire. Because that's fun. Oh god. Sorry, those are my dice. This sphere of roiling flame goes firing out of her hand. That's gonna be 21 damage to the Onkeg. She is going to take Ooh, shit. Okay, Ember, I'm messaging you on Zoom. That's what Honor does. She runs in. She sort of casts this ball of fire that rips across the countryside and smashes against this Onkeg. And in one foul blow, the Onkeg looks pretty hurt. But that is her turn. It brings us to you, Ember. What do you do? You're muted, by the way.
I'll move 30 forward.
30 forward.
Yeah. Does that put me within 120 of the critter in question?
It just gets you at 120. You have a couple people in your way, but you are within 120.
I'll go with a firebolt of my own.
Okay, firebolt. That will be half cover for the creature, though, as you have like 3 people between you and your target.
Duck.
Duck.
AC 21.
Still more than enough. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 9 plus 2 is 11.
11 damage. Similarly, a bolt of flame rockets by Zarvolg and Ember, and just like melts through the carapace of this creature, and it is not happy. Well done, well done. We're not worried about the cows; they're taken care of. Yvain, or is there anything else you wanted to do, Ember? Before we
No,
go?
that's it for
Sorry.
me.
Okay, didn't want to jump ahead. What would you like to do, Yvain? It's your turn. You're muted.
How far is it to the hole?
To
Am I
the
within
hole?
90
You
feet of
don't.
it?
You don't know where the hole is from where you're standing.
Let me move up 30 feet and see if I can tell.
Okay, 30 feet. It's still pretty tricky to tell. I'd let you use your action to make a perception check if you wanted to, but that's your full action.
Then move me up another 30 feet.
All right, you dash another 30 feet. Fantastic. Is there a bonus action? You see the creature clearly with the cow like clasped within its massive mandibles on its face, and dragging it closer to the hole, or dragging her closer somewhere. I should say, probably the hole.
No, I would stay here. Thank you.
Understood. On Cake's turn. It is. This one is not. It's got someone grappled, so it can't do that. So it is simply going to continue its journey to the hole, and with an action dash, drag the cow within. And the two disappear. Now you guys know where the hole is. Finch, what would you like to do?
Dang, we're just running, aren't we?
Melee.
I was gonna say, can I just that's all I can do is dash and then get within that range.
Got it, 60 foot. And you can clearly see the hole there, and you see like the cow's legs sort of swing over the side as it's pulled down into the hole.
Yeah. And I'll yell that out to the group if they like didn't see that.
Got
He's
it.
got one.
And then the guy's like, he was in the hole, and the farmhand is just sort of like waving his torch in the air, sort of panicky. But that's all. Honor's gonna just action dash, charge forward. That's return. Ember, what would you like to do?
Action dash.
Action dash. Boop. There we go. Not worried about the cows. Yvain. Yvain?
I think I
30
got
feet.
skipped.
It doesn't work. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of it.
Yeah.
I was going to do an
You
entangle
did.
spell. It's not going to work now because they're already in there.
Okay.
So-
You know what? I am gonna go back to Zarval because I did miss you by accident. So I'll give you a minute to prep. Sorry, Yvain.
No, it's
Just
okay
wanted to-
because I didn't actually think it was my turn.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. No worries. No worries. Zarval, my apologies. What would you like to do?
That's all right. How far is it from Fen into the? I'm gonna send Fen into the hole.
Yeah. We're going in. Fen is at 40 feet and at a
Action
dash
dash.
can absolutely jump in.
Action.
So
dash.
Fen goes. Fen runs to the side and goes, and like leap of faith into the hole. And as Fen leaps into the hole, you will hear like and like immediately and sort of like the sounds sort of disappear into the hole as Fen does jump and you suspect does land in combat. So Fen can't see or hear you right now, so I will be taking control of Fen at this moment.
Yep.
So Fen is well, that's it. That's Fen's whole thing. Fen jumped into the hole and is doing something in the hole right now. All right. Already did Honor's turn. Ember, Yvain, what would you
Oh
like
wait, I still get to go though.
to do? And you fuck. So I'm so sorry, Zarval. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna action dash toward the hole.
Got it.
I do
All right.
have hunter's mark on that one that was being killed. So if it dies, I'll want to use my bonus action. Well, I won't. Never mind.
Yeah,
I
you'll
have
be
to be
aware
able
of
to
when and if it dies.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Some stuff's gonna happen behind the scenes that none of you are aware of. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Finch, what do you do?
I am going to use my. I'm going to use my movement. Yeah. How far does it'll get me to the? Yeah.
You're like 5 foot from the edge, but at this point you can sort of hear down there these sort of like basically the sound of dirt being mixed up, the sound of like this insectoid creature, and you hear the sound of Fen just sort of just like angry, like violent dog noises, and this creature, and Fen's in combat in this moment. Like
Okay.
Fen's in melee combat at this moment.
And then I guess I'll use my action to cast the light cantrip on my shield.
All right. Your shield ignites. Unfortunately, because it is a tunnel, you need to be right at the edge to like fully look down and see what's going on.
That's
But you
fine. I'm
do
kind of like
hear the sound.
preparing to be going into the darkness.
Hell yeah. This guy's like, the dog went down, and you go, oh god. He's just freaking out. That brings us back to Zarvolg's turn. What would you like to do, Zarvolg? Oh, well, first things first, I'm gonna take care of the pup. I'm gonna get your sheet out because it's the fastest way to get to Fen. Fen is going to work because he is pretty cool. Oh, I needed to adjust his stats, but I never did it, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot he leveled.
Yeah, me too. I'll write a little reminder for myself. Okay. Finch, you hear the sort of like, and then this like, and then you hear some at the bottom something fell, something big fell. It sounds like, you know, when you see two dogs like really fighting, it just sounds like that. It sounds like the sound of like the like just Fen ripping and tearing, and then the two of them probably fell into the hole. Okay, we'll get back to that, but Zarvog, it's your turn.
All right. I want to dive into the hole.
Okay, at 30 feet, you get to here. You have dark vision, right?
Yep.
You look down into the hole, and there's a little pile at the bottom. There is a dead plains cow. It's pretty obvious at this point. Just laying on its side. On top of it is an onkeg, laying on its back, and Fen on top of it, just like ripping at it, and it's dead. The onkeg is dead. Fen killed it.
Okay. I guess I'm going to action dash down into the hole.
Well, it's a jump at this point, my guy. Unless you're trying to climb down carefully, it's a jump. But you can try and like descend
how far
carefully.
Is it?
50 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 50 feet.
I guess I'm going to descend carefully.
Okay. Make me an athletics check to make to attempt a safe descent with your, and that'll be an action dash, of course.
Oh, come on. 8.
I'll give acrobatics as well if you wanted to use that, just to be clear. But I'm pretty sure your athletics is higher.
Yeah, my athletics is higher.
8, you like turn over, you flip your legs down, and your hands just like off the side, and you're gonna fall 50 feet. Ooh, I'm gonna roll something here. See if you land on Fen. Nope. You just miss Fen. But you, sir, are gonna take you are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage and land prone at the bottom of the hole.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'm landing at the bottom of the hole. I have 90 feet of dark vision. Can I see the other onkeg that was trying to get away?
You guys do challenge my abilities as a DM. Hang on, I'm gonna try and build a tunnel in this moment. It is a oh yeah, I made the tunnel way too fucking big, didn't I? It was supposed to be a 5-foot tunnel. Oh, so you know what? You do probably land on Fen.
That's fine.
How many points of damage did I just give you? Oh, 16?
16.
Make a dex save for Fen.
Okay. Let me get out my Fen dice.
All right. Oh yeah, Fen
Yes.
dice.
I love that.
13, and his modifier is. Hang on. He got a 15.
15. Fen gets out of the way, which is great news, because that would have taken Fen out, I believe. Okay, I've got a second map going now. So, oh god, I grabbed everybody. Hang on.
Come on,
Okay,
cows.
so goddamn fucking cows. So this cow is fucking dead here. This is the living onkeg. This one is the dead one. I'm gonna flip you over, sir. And he's kind of on top of the dead cow. Leave you there. Fen. Whew, this is great. Everything's fine. Yeah, Fen jumped out of the way, so we'll say Fen's sort of jumped off the dog pile and landed here. And Zarvolg, my friend, you are on top of the onkeg. top of the pile. So this is a bit of a. I'm gonna say you kind of rolled off because it's a lot of things stacked up at this time. You sort of land over here at this point, next to the cow. Okay, so you're prone on the ground. You sort of fell and hit the oncake and bounced off and landed in the tunnel. So what was your question?
Can I see the live one that was going down the tunnel?
Okay, you got 90 feet of dark vision. Yeah, let me grab that guy. He was going down. I don't think he's too much further ahead.
Right, he's only had a few turns.
Yeah, and this guy just fell, so he just accentuated his speed. The other guy wasn't dashing; he was just kind of waiting for the cow. And just roll for how far down the tunnel it is. Yeah, he's right there. So you bounce off, and the oncake sort of just turns around inside the tunnel and is like, "Oh, hello." But I will note, Zarvolk,
Yeah.
you being the hunter that you are aware of terrain. Terrain is very, very important to a ranger.
Right.
This is a 5-foot tunnel and is just wide enough for like a forward burrow. This isn't like a combat space burrow, so that oncake is squeezed in there, which is good for you because that means it's going to take a bunch of disadvantages.
Good.
And obviously the hunter's mark is gone. Or, I mean, you have it, but the other guy's off.
Right. So can I transfer it to that one, please? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you look up and just sort of shoot the hunter's mark over to him.
And has Fenn gone yet this turn?
Fenn has gone this turn, and Fenn just killed the oncake, and I think that's
Okay,
yeah.
that was this
Fenn,
turn. Okay.
yeah.
So he's done with this turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I guess we are done.
All right, and Fenn's like standing in front of you, like paws out, like, and is like barking at the oncake protectively of you. Honor's turn. Honor dashes and looks down the tunnel. And she's like, "Oh, fuck. That's really deep." And that's gonna be her turn. She hesitates. Ember, it's your turn.
Dash towards the hole.
Got it. Just pulling up squeeze rules. Okay. Dash towards the hole, 60 feet. Get to here. All right, cows, not important. Yvain, what do you do?
Dash to the hole.
Dash to the hole.
Got to get there first. As soon as I can see in, I'll take an action that involves seeing in.
Understood. Sorry, bring these down. Okay. That'll bring us to the oncake.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can I retcon that? And first thing is Misty Step, and then
sure. Well, you'll be in the same spot because it's a 30-foot. It's a 30. Misty Step's 30 feet, so you'll land there if you want to. You want to dash and Misty Step.
That was a bonus action though, so I still have an action. Yes.
Yes.
Or I can still move and I still have an action because that was a bonus action.
Correct.
All right.
Well, you moved 30 feet and then you Misty Stepped 30 feet, and then you can use your action to dash and move another if you want.
All right. Let's go.
All right, 30 feet. You're coming up right behind Ember towards that little hole in the ground.
I'm trying to get there. All right. Oh, it's really.
My legs are tiny. No problem.
I'm only an elf.
All right. I'm only an elf.
Dobby.
Dobby got a sock. Fuck yeah. Large enough creature is a spell death. Thus, a large creature can squeeze through passages 5 feet wide. While squeezing through a space, a creature must. All right. So difficult terrain. Okay. This sucks for non-keg. So it's got difficult terrain, but it's still going to be able to. It sort of squeezes up towards Fenn. And it's going to take an attack at Fenn. Ooh, actually, better yet, I'm going to see if it ever got its thing back. It's been... Oh. You guys are lucky. No. But the thing is going to try and bite. Just sort of... And then, like, shoots its mandibles forward to try and bite onto Fenn. With a 7, it tries to bite, and Fenn jumps out of the way in time. That is its turn. Finch, you look down, you hear the sounds of combat, you saw Zarvolg heroically dive. What do you do?
Can I start to use my movement? Yeah, just now when I look down.
Yeah.
What do I see?
You look down, you have 60 feet of dark vision, so you can see the base. You basically see, I want to try and cut it off so that you can get like a very plain visual of what you see. What if we did like, oh, that's a bad idea. We need to go higher. You basically see, so everything south of the green line there is what you see. You see, which is a bit of a fucking mess. So I'm going to tell you what you see.
I was gonna say, I was like, what am I looking at?
It's a huge mess. Yeah, it's basically a pile of shit. You see a plains cow sort of like in this 5-foot hole, so sort of like sand in the chimney a little bit at the very bottom, and an on keg like splayed across the top of it is what you see. And you see maybe some movement from Zarvolg sort of scrambling across the ground just in front of it, and you hear the sounds of like Fen growling and snapping, and the creature sort of like snapping its mandibles down the tunnel further.
I'm debating whether or not I go down there or not. Just because it's implied that it's like pretty tight, right?
It's 5-foot hole. It's pretty tight. I will let you know, falling doesn't count against your speed. So if you want, you've used 5 feet of speed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fall because I want to use my action.
Bahamut! And you jump down. Bahamut! And you just fucking go down.
Yeah, why not?
So you're gonna go prone because I don't think you can roll a 50 on your athletics check.
No.
All
right.
You're gonna fall prone. You're gonna bounce off of it and probably land on top of Zarvolg, but no damage because that's just like a runoff.
Okay.
Zarvolg, you're like, I gotta get, and then the armored paladin lands on top of you. Finch, you're gonna take. Ooh.
So much damage.
Ooh. Oh fuck! You're gonna take 26 bludgeoning damage.
Dang. And
Zarvolg got off easy.
How much is that? That's only reduced by 3 because of my feet, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So 20.
You brace your shoulder and you're like, this will save me, and you fucking just smash into the arcade carcass.
I'm so fucked. And then I can't use my action, right? Because or can I use that to stand up and then that's it?
You can use half your movement to stand up, so with 15 feet you can stand up in this moment.
Oh, and then can I use an action still?
Yeah, you still have your full everything.
Yeah, let's do that.
Zarvolg, you're like, no, Fen, I gotta save. And then the fucking armored paladin lands on top of you and then like puts their hand on your face and like stands up because you guys can't see so well. Sorry. And you manage to stand up with Fen right in front of you, and you're like, what's going on? You see this face looking at you from the dark. What do you do?
So Finch is gonna be like really disoriented.
Yeah, you let it on your head.
Oh my god, yeah, like the people's elbow down the fucking. Oh my god, I'm picturing that now. I think they are going to be like really disoriented, so they're gonna see this thing in their face. They're gonna touch their holy symbol, put out their hand, and they're gonna cast a witch bolt.
Witch bolt?
Yeah.
Witch bolt?
Yep.
I'm just out of pure curiosity. How do you have witch bolt?
Because I took a level in sorcerer.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you touch your holy symbol and like you put your hand out and you're like, I need to like damage this thing. And you're thinking of like you're going through like the repertoire of holy spells that you know, like what you've been blessed with Bahamut, and then suddenly your arm explodes with lightning. You're like, what the fuck? And lightning shoots out. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Oh, sweet.
God damn it. Fucking everyone taking divine soul on me.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will definitely hit. Lightning splashes into this creature. Go ahead and roll damage. D12.
Ooh, I get my D12 out. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone likes a D12. Get that great axe damage out.
Oh, fuck yeah. 11 points of lightning damage.
The lightning chars through the creature, and a sort of tether of lightning is sort of wrapped around your wrist, sort of coming out of your very skin and into this creature, and you're having like a what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
As you've never done this, and this didn't come from Bahamut, so what the fuck's going on, basically?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
Just really
The
fucked
guy
up now.
upstairs is like, there's shit going on in the hole. Zarvolg, your Fen's back under your command, can clearly take your commands if you wish. You have a paladin standing over you, so it's gonna be a little hard to stand up in here, if impossible. What do you do?
All right. First, I'm gonna send Fen to attack.
All right, roll me an attack for Fen.
16.
Oh, Fen has advantage because it's squeezing, so it's like really held perfectly in place for Fen.
No, it's still 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, that's not good. Believe that's 4.
It'll take that 4 damage, and as Fen jumps at it to try and bite into it, the creature fails its strength saving throw and is knocked onto its back. Now, as it's knocked onto its back and Fen is on top of it, Zarvolg, you notice that its armor is very weak on its belly. You get the sense while it's prone, it's a lot easier to hit.
All right, great. All right, so can I get up?
Not really. Finch is like there, full armor, and you're like, there's no real room for you to stand up. You can try, but it's like, you're a little.
Can I do anything like an attack from the ground? So
I'll
here are
tell you
my
what.
options.
I'll tell you what. Fen knocked it over, so
Yeah.
Fen will move into its space to be on top of it and sort of like, so it's on top of the Ankeg right now, leaving space for you to like crawl forward and then stand up.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay, so you just crawl in front of the paladin, you stand up.
All right, so I guess since it's down and vulnerable, I'll just go ahead and take a shot right there.
What? Okay, hold up. You're gonna shoot it with what? What are you shooting it with?
Heavy crossbow.
Do you have crossbow expert?
I do. That's what I took.
Hey. Love to hear it. So you stand up and you just point blank point at its belly. You'll have advantage. Go for it. AC dropped while prone.
My 16.
16. You shoot it right in the belly. Go ahead and roll damage. You got Hunter's Mark.
$17 total damage.
17 total damage. Well done. Yeah, you blast a hole right in its chest, right like underneath Fen, and the creature just starts bleeding sort of bug juice and is very, very, very hurt. It's very bloody. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Honor's standing there a little vexed as what to do next. I've got magic. What can I do with it? Doesn't sound like that. She's like, I don't think I can survive that kind of drop. Oh God. She's gonna look at Ember and Yvain and says, "Are either of you going down there?"
Yvain's going like, I'm going to look and see, and if it needs be, I can ferry us down.
Oh, okay, what about you? And she points at you, Ember.
No, ma'am. I have a different plan.
Oh, okay. God, that would have been. Oh shit.
Do you have any rope?
I do have rope.
Get it out.
Okay. Yeah.
Toss an end to the guy with the cow.
Oh, okay. That's way smarter than what I was thinking. She runs over to the guy at the cow. She's actually gonna like sling it around the cow and use her action to like tie it around the cow's neck. And then she's gonna run back. Nope, she ran out of movement. She's gonna start running back. But I'll say as part of the action, she like tosses the rope into the hole. She's like, "Great! Uh, this is terrible." That's your turn, Ember.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to the hole.
All right. We at 15 feet, you're at the hole. You look down, you see the same thing as I described to Finch.
Okay, I'm going to be taking out my rope.
Plus
Okay.
I'd like to try to throw a loop around one of the bug's legs or its mandible jaws or something, and then tie off my end of that lariat to the dangling part of Honor's rope.
Okay, she threw her rope in the hole. So it is currently okay. So you're going down?
But it's tied off to the cow. I want to
Yeah.
lasso one of the legs and then tie the two lengths of rope together. That way we can have a cow pull the big bug out of the hole.
Got it. Okay, so you're gonna run up to the cow, and you're gonna take what she did.
Run up to the hole with
Okay.
my rope. I'm
Yeah.
going to try to make a lasso out of my end of the rope to grab
Mhm.
one of the bug's legs, head, something. It's all, feet
Okay.
up.
I get what you're saying.
Lasso it, and then tie the two ropes together so the cow can pull it.
Okay, so yeah, as an action, you can make like a lasso, send it down there. Yeah, as an action, you send it down there. I'll say you can fish next turn. You can like fish
Okay.
for a leg next turn, but it'll be like an action to like do the knot and make it the proper size and toss it in.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, no bonus action, no nothing.
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, cows continue to be cows. Yvain, what do you do?
Can I get to the hell now?
Yeah, get to the hole.
Oh,
25 feet of movement.
dear God. All right, so I'm here. What can I see? Can I see anything?
You look down, you see a couple lengths of rope dangling down. You
Right.
see an on-keg body splayed over the top of a plains cow body. And you see light at the bottom of the tunnel, sort of flashing, the sounds of combat, the snarling of a dog, the chittering sound of a bug-like creature.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Thunder, nervous dogs, husband in underwear. Very sorry.
No problem.
It's he wakes up early. All right. So what am I doing? I'm sorry. What do I see?
You look into the tunnel, you see the two lengths of rope that Ember and Honor tossed in. You see an on-keg body dead and like basically folded across the top of a dead plains cow body. And then you see sort of the light from Finch's shield sort of emanating up through the tunnel. And you can hear the sound of like Finch's armor, Zarvolg's crossbow, Finn's snarling, and the sound of a chittering creature. Combat is happening.
Can I see that Finch is injured?
No, you cannot see that Finch is injured.
Shit.
You can't see any of the party members, you just see the two bodies of the two large creatures. You could always let the intrusive thoughts win and jump.
I'm actually going to call down and hold an action. I'm going to call down. Do you need us to come down?
No, I think
And
we're...
I'm going to hold. Let's see. That was a yeah. So I should have a bonus action then. I'm going to hold a bonus action to wild shape.
You can't hold. I don't think you can hold bonus actions. I've never heard of holding a bonus action before.
And then if I can't, then I'll just. I don't know.
No, you can't hold a bonus action, I'm afraid. Only full actions.
Well, then that was my action. Do you need me to come down? Because if it's so narrow, I don't want to just jump down and then make it, make it like a big mess and harder for everyone, and then people are just piling on top of everyone else, and it's like a Monty Python sketch.
So Zarvolg, you've got this like snapping in your face, and Finch, you're trying to shoot lightning around your hair. Like I'll jump down, but like I don't really want to like get in your way. So let me know what you want.
We're good. We're good. Try and holler up.
Are you dead yet?
Aye.
Does anyone need any healing?
I'm feeling better.
I'm good. Your arm's cut off. It's right over there.
It's just, 'tis but a flesh
Just a
wound.
flesh wound.
'Tis but a scratch.
Bleed on me.
Do bleed on? I'm not dead yet. I'm feeling better.
Yet.
All right.
Right as rain.
I feel right as rain. The Yonkeg is going to sort of retract down the hole, stand up, and take another attack at Fen. Ooh, better yet, it's gonna see if it's got its spray back. No, it doesn't. You guys are lucky because you're standing in a perfect line. That's gonna hit Fen. Fen's gonna take. First thing that happens, the mandibles close in around Fen and grapple Fen. Fen, as it slashes deep into Fen's hide. That's gonna be 7. That's gonna be 10 points of slashing damage to Fen.
Okay.
And 4 points of acid damage.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, it hurts Fen. Fen is unhappy. That is what it does, bringing us to Finch's turn. Finch, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep concentrating on Witch Bolt, and I'm just gonna shock it again.
Yeah, you're like, okay, this is weird, but let's give it a shot, and you sort of focus in again on your desire to harm and to damage this creature, and another pulse of lightning shoots up the tether. Go ahead and roll d12.
And it is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. How do you want to kill?
Fuck yes. I think I just because this has never happened before, I think I'm just gonna concentrate on that and just like as hard as I can, like shock the shit out of it and just have it like fucking cook it.
Yeah, you put your hand out while the lightning sort of tethered up your forearm, and then you send a node of electricity forth, and it shoots forward at the tether, hits it in the chest where its carapace softens, and it just blows like an explosive hole in its chest, and it lands on the ground. Its mandibles open, and Fen rolls out of the mandibles, and it lies defeated, dead, and the combat is concluded.
And then can I do like a medicine check to see like how hurt Fen is? Because Fen is Fen down.
Fen's not down, I don't believe, right, Zarvolg? No? Can't hear you, muted.
Yeah, no, not yet. Very close. He is in bad shape, but he's not down yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
I am going to put my hands on like either side of his face, and I'm going to just do like 5 points of lay on hands just to kind of like start to heal him a little bit.
Yeah, you do that, and the massive slashing wounds across his ribs sort of begin to seal together.
And then you said we're like 50 feet down, right?
Yeah, you guys are 50 feet down. Yeah, this hole is very quickly starting to. This hole's very quickly starting to stink.
I can get you up easily, you know this. I just have to whip out the spider. I know it's not your favorite, but it is the easiest.
I think.
Come on, love. Come on, love.
Okay, Puppet.
I'll get you, Poppy.
I think Finch would want to bamf out the wings and try and fly out, but they're like pretty fucking hurt right now and probably just.
Are you certain you have enough room for your wings?
Very corporeal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
They're spectral. I think they would want to try and get Zarvolg and Fen out, and I don't know. I feel like they would give in a little bit if Yvain wanted to just spider us out. That seems like the path of.
Yeah, you're like, should I do that? Should I do this? And then Yvain's like, I'll be a spider and get you.
Let
the wings out?
Hold on.
No, I'll let Yvain come rescue me, but I am gonna touch my own chest and I'm gonna do 5 points of healing just to myself.
No
Yvain,
problem.
hold on a second. Let me get the debris out of the way. That's why we got a really big cow.
No, I'm a spider.
I mean,
Well,
I've shifted, but I mean, I'll wait. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hook on the big bug and have the cow do what they're good at and haul the bug the heck out of the hole.
All
We might
right.
as well try to lasso the cow and drag the cow out of the hole.
Without yeah. So you guys are gonna be stuck down there in the hole for a bit. You're kind of like tapping your arm. But slowly, and Vince, you can help, or whoever can help, sort of lasso one of the arms, and the thing is sort of gets pulled up out as the cow sort of starts moving backwards. It's gonna take a minute. It's probably gonna take like probably about 10-20 minutes, especially considering what a tight fit it is, and you guys kind of are jammed in there a little bit. But you do manage to get the plains cow, the on keg, and the second one out if you wish to. But you wanted to go. You wanted to go spider Yvain and go help the friends.
I do indeed.
All right, your fucking mini won't goddamn change its size. Oh, only you will change your size. Okay, I see what's happening, Yvain. I see how it is. Okay, so
I'm hoping that it does. All right. So that, by the way, is what Yvain looks like when she shifts into her
you got a
spider
picture?
form.
Got a picture for us?
Oh my god, it's amazing. I love it.
Wait, where is it? Where's it? What?
It's in the
Oh my god. That's almost too much.
That's immaculate.
It's perfect for Yvain.
Perfect for Yvain. Honor's like, aw. Yeah. Aw. Get out of here, spider. You're not turning into the right size I need you to be. You clamber down. It is a tight fit, Yvain, for a large-sized spider.
And if I need to back in to make it easier, I will.
Yeah, you go through a number of man, why don't you like oh God, it's probably because the thing's all modded out. Anyway, you make it down the hole. You got the two creatures out, you go down the hole one at a time. You like clamber down towards Finch and like grab Finch and then start back out. And Zarvol, you basically see the spider come down, grab Finch, and like pull Finch away up into the darkness of the tunnel, which is
terrifying.
Zarvol, just to be clear, what you see coming at you is the spider butt.
Right, hairy spider butt. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the spider butt, and Finch just and like gets pulled. So far less scary, actually, maybe a little more ridiculous.
So
amazing. I love this group.
Yeah, still slightly off-putting. And then it comes down to gather you and your dog. And you all manage to make your way back up and out of the hole. Do you want the last on cake?
Yeah. I mean, they
All right.
wanted to study something. We got 2 examples.
One's roasted to shit.
One's roasted to shit. Yeah, one's got a fucking lightning hole in its chest, and the other one is done been doggy bit and roasted. Yeah, but you pull him out of the hole. And you did it. You killed the Oncakes. Woohoo! And the guy, the farmhand is like, well, that's it there. Problem's been solved. The bloody fucking giant insects. That's terrifying. Some of the other farmhands sort of come striding up. He goes, all right, go tell everyone it's the problem's been solved.
Has it? Do we know that this is all there was?
I don't know. You're the adventurers. I mean, was that not it? Was it?
We don't.
Don't tell me that there's more.
I don't.
You're tell me that there's more.
Feels to me. Feels pretty solved.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, solved. Problem solved.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? I couldn't have said that anyway. I was a spider. You just heard me making weird noises because I haven't actually shifted yet.
Don't listen to the spider girl. She can't talk anyway. They did it. They're heroes.
Yay!
And yay! And they're like, but we did lose Plains cow, but maybe we could still salvage some of its meat. And then so they're like, they're gonna tie up the cow and they're gonna drag it back and they're gonna try and butcher it. And they go, well, all right. Well, we're probably gonna take the plains off pasture and go tell farmer. We're gonna go tell someone very important, Mr. Sook. Yeah, we're gonna go tell Mr. Sook, just a Jeremiah Sook. We're so pleased to hear. You should go see him in the morning. Thank you for saving us and say well, good job. And he's gonna ride off.
Okay, so we're certain that it was just two, that there's no greater colony. We're done. We're good. We've done the right work, yeah? We feel good about this.
We
Honor said, "Oh yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, I mean, they seem pretty happy that we
All
eliminated
right.
you, so.
All right. I'm back. I'm me again. I'm talking for real.
Yeah, why are you back to being a spider? Back from being a spider?
I'm back to being a person.
Got it. This guy rode away. He took his cow with him. Honor says, I mean that could very well be the end of it. It could not, but it could be. But I don't know. I mean, this amount is certainly enough to have done the damage that has been doing all this time. That we've been losing they say they've been losing a plains cow about once every night or so. So that could be it.
All right.
It's possible, I suppose.
Well, let's strip these buggers down. See if there's anything worthwhile on them.
I
The poisons might be worth selling. Can the carapace be could be used for armor or anything?
That would be for you guys to figure out. You guys you start heading over there. Zarvolg, I assume you start heading over there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
pitch a
tear 'em
light
apart.
so that you can see what you're doing. Honor says, "Great job. I'm gonna go get in touch with Mr. Sook and let him know what's happened. I'll be back. But well done, everyone." And she's going to sort of take off very hastily. Let's see here. Okay, you wanna dissect an oncag? Fantastic.
Yep.
I'll use my shield to like shine the light so they have a little light to see.
What do we want?
Abs-
Survival?
Okay, if it's a survival check, I just rolled a 26.
Oh fuck.
19 plus 6. Or
Tell you what,
25.
Zarval.
25.
Tell you what, Zarval. Why don't you give me the nature check to see like
Sure.
to be informed on what parts are important, and the survival check can be for getting them.
6.
6.
I have not rolled well tonight.
That chitin plating, it's not going to expire. It weighs a bunch, but is hard and thick and can be used to make armor.
All right.
Make armor creation because it's already doing half the work for you. You don't have to bang out a plate. So you can make chitin armor out of it.
Nice.
So you could make plate armor out of this.
Hypothetically.
For Finch.
For
Yep.
Finch. Or for whoever
Right,
else wants
so-
it. But
So let's take apart this.
still be a great expense, but this would help cover most of that, a great portion of that cost and a great portion of that time of creation.
Oh my god, guys, can you imagine them in this armor with the helmets riding a direwolf?
Yeah. It has to happen. Yes.
Apparently casting witch bolts now.
Yeah, didn't you like that? Surprise.
So
Oh.
awesome. So, yeah, so
speaking.
Ryan was like,
speaking
witch
of-
bolt.
It's like, witch bolt.
I am
Fantastic.
the bright and shiny paladin of doom.
Just wait till like I said, just wait till I just randomly use mage hand.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a little dice to see how much of this chitin is usable. Nice and nice. So, Yvain, You can go to work with Zarvolg, and you guys can pull enough chitin off of these two onkegs that if you brought up, you could probably bring like you have a lot of chitin. You have about 60 pounds of chitin with you. If you bring that to an armorer, they might be able to make something for you.
Okay.
I can put it in our bag that we bought, our special pouch.
Oh yeah.
This chitin's it's a little big for
big,
the
little too
satchel.
big.
A little bit.
Let's
That'd
try
be
it.
like
Borrow
taking
a
like
cart.
There you go.
There's a farm nearby.
That's right. I'm sure we could use a cart.
I
You
can.
can purchase it from them
Not
if
that-
we need to.
Finch.
How many pieces is it?
60
Two,
pounds worth.
Yeah.
I think we probably have to find out like what that would make when we took it to someone, because I have no clue how much 60 pounds would make. Like how many pieces that would make, right?
Make
Yeah,
me
would that
Are you
make-
proficient with Finch? Are you proficient with smithing tools?
I don't think so.
Make me just a general intelligence check.
Oof. Not Finch's strong suit. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's a 19, so that's good. 19 minus 2, so 17.
17. Good job. Yeah, Finch, you've been obsessing about plate armor since you were
Yeah, they have.
since you were but a wee one. You've been like, plate's so cool. I wish I had plate. You know how much it weighs. You know how much strong you have to be to wear it. You know the advantages and disadvantages. You know how much armor it provides you. You know how much it costs. You know everything about plate. You've always wanted plate. Maybe you even have maybe Finch even has like a poster in their room back in Amon of like this like shiny new age, like this shiny new new edition plate armor. And they're like, wow, and then maybe they have to like how much money I need. And it's like you've only really saved 20 gold because
Draw in the line, yep.
yeah, you got like a little jar, like a little piggy bank, and you're like, one day I'll have plate. So plate weight, so you have about 60 pounds of chitin between these two creatures right now. Plate weighs 65 pounds, generally speaking. So material wise, you guys aren't far off. Like this will cover the actual plating of the entire armor set. There will need to still be like buckles and leather and other additions to actually hold the armor together. It will still require labor costs. But this will cover like almost the entire material cost. So that will make plate cost about half its normal cost, which is 15,000 gold. It'll probably cost you about
Just so expensive.
yeah, plate's expensive. It'll probably cost you if you brought this to someone, you could probably get them to make you armor for about 750 gold, about half the price, not including labor costs but it significantly reduces the price that you're bringing the material to the smith. Yes, Yvain.
In theory, just
In theory.
calling here, a druid with a heavy armor proficiency
Yes.
could wear plate armor made out of that because it's not metal.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to check in with that. Cool, thank you. Good to know.
Might be a
We
good
should see if
group
there are any of these more
investment.
of these ankegs. We should all get some of this. But Finch first. Definitely Finch first.
Well, it's also, you could contribute this all to plate armor, or you could try and make multiple sets of armor. You could probably make 2 sets of armor or 1 plate with this, probably.
Are we saying it we full plate or half plate?
Full plate?
Full plate?
If you use both sets of chitin, you can make a suit of plate with it. If someone here was proficient in smithing tools, they could probably make it at very little cost if they had the time.
I don't think I am. Let me double check. I really
If
don't.
if anyone was proficient with smithing tools, I think it would be you, Finch, but I don't think you are.
Is there one of you guys are an enchanter?
No. Womp womp.
I make potions. I was thinking
Yeah.
about taking up leatherworking.
It's just not in their background.
So
Finch?
Starblade doesn't have.
Those
Yeah.
bruises look kind of owie. Are they really owie?
I'm all right.
Oh, because I'm just short.
I will survive until we get back somewhere.
I'll get it.
How
I
does
just
it-
want-
how does-
I need to
We can
Mother's priest.
You 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 said it felt like calm.
Yeah, like calm.
But I don't consider it a
Ember's gonna come up and put his hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
And that'll be 7 points back.
Oh,
Like that?
yeah. And like I feel like the rush of the healing go through me. And
Yeah, and as Ember puts his hand on you and you feel this magic flood through you, it's strange but familiar. It's different, like it's not your magic, of course, but yeah, it's familiar.
yeah. Yeah, and they'll put Finch in a pretty decent place in terms of like how they're doing. So yeah,
Okay.
like that. They'll put their hand on yours.
How do Fen and Zar look?
I think Fenn's still probably pretty beat up.
Ben's probably still, yeah. Zarvog would know. Make a medicine check, Yvain, unless you're asking out loud.
Yeah, I'm going to ask out loud. Hey,
Alright.
who's hurt? Who needs healing? Because I'm not rolling incredibly well tonight. I can't see
Fen
shit.
adds up to you and sort of goes.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
paw's got like a cut across it, and his sides all ripped up.
buddy.
Ben's not in great shape.
No, that won't do at all. Alright, so. Yeah, alright, take 9 points, buddy.
Oh, he feels completely better.
Fen like jumps up, like and puts his paws like on your shoulders, Yvain, and starts like licking all over your face.
Who's a good boy? So, I'll do another medicine check to look at Zar.
Sure.
Sorry.
Shit! Zar, I can't see shit. Are you hurt? You look fine.
you look good.
Zar's fine.
I'm a little sore.
Alright.
Oh, he's only sore. He's fine. That's okay.
I'm a little sore tells me a healing word at first level. Take 8 points of healing, please.
Oh yeah, that feels
Pretty
nice.
good. All right, Yvain. But why don't we work on bringing this back, and then we can figure out what we want to do with it.
Is there
Ready
any
to get more?
more?
Alright, no, of course not. No.
Is there anything else we can harvest from these things? Any
Like the poison, the pinches, you
anything?
know? Because
Not
it's
as far
all
as you can
wet.
tell, Zar. Maybe with your nature check, yeah.
Worst ranger ever.
Do I need to make a nature check to see if I could get the
Sure, make a nature check. See if you can
I've-
figure out how to crack that.
I have a question. It's a shame that Honor left. Maybe you'd know, Yvain.
Huh?
Are these male and female?
So is that a nature check?
That is a nature check.
Alright. I think it's a 15, but let me check. 15.
15? These are two
Yes.
males.
No, these are 2 boys. So not a
That
mating
wouldn't
pair,
make
probably.
that wouldn't make a survivable colony. We're not done.
There's a queen somewhere. That's what I thought. There could be, more somewhere. I thought so. Alright, for the poison.
Well,
Zarvo gives Ember a stern look and shushes him.
A 16 to see if I could do anything with the mandibles or the poisony thingies.
You can do better than that. There's 2 more things that can be obtained from this creature. The first of which is its stomach, because the Ankeg has the thick walls of an Ankeg stomach can be used by magic users to create bags, sacks, pouches. There's certain strong, container-based magical items that can be created from Onkeg's stomach. And after that, you can try and actually collect the Onkeg's very bile, the actual acid that it spews. That is it's acidic concoction. Alchemists love it. If you could create vials of it, you could use them as like grenades, basically.
Shit.
Or you can give them to alchemists for money. You could probably get 4 gold a vial.
Fuck the
Yeah,
gold. You said use it as a grenade.
Yeah, if you obtain it in a vial, you can probably sell it to an alchemist for about 4 gold. An alchemist can have fun with it. But anyone who just has it, if you had it with vein in a vial, you could spend the vial, toss it as an action, splash the contents within 5 feet of within 5 feet of you, or you can throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against a target creature, treating the vial as an improvised weapon. On a successful hit, the target takes a d6 of acid damage. So it's just like a little grenade.
So I feel like it's all very interesting, and the first step is to actually harvest it, and then we can determine whether someone wants to throw it or if we want to sell it and buy something with the gold. Either way, it should be harvested. So
I'm gonna say at this point it's been about an hour and a little bit, maybe like about an hour and a half. I would say Finch and Ember could get a short rest if they wanted to, since you two are doing harvesting work. You're busy. Honor comes back at this point. After about like an hour and 20 minutes, she comes back. She's like, all right, yep, the town's aware that creature's been dealt with a little bit better. We can go by and collect the reward in the morning.
Honor.
Yay!
What's up?
No, we can't.
Yay!
I don't think we're done. Ember, tell her.
Well, I wondered if this was a boy and a girl bug, and Yvain said that she was pretty certain that it was 2 boys. So that wouldn't make a survivable colony, let alone one that would branch out. So there would need to be a female somewhere. And even bugs who are hungry like all the time and are this big, I don't think they'd be eating a plains cow a day unless they were feeding something else.
Just that logic's fair. It's fair logic. It's fair logic. If you think that we ought to keep searching, then we should keep searching. But I think we can well and truly say that we've bought Westrun a little bit of time, and we certainly bought ourselves maybe a night to get some rest, and then we can pick it up in the morning.
Oh,
and maybe go to the library
absolutely.
and
Library, because there's
Hunter wants to go to the library so fucking bad.
you guys brought up libraries. She's like, I don't know
anything about these creatures, but there's a book in the library. I've heard it's amazing. Is it amazing?
The library is incredible. There's like, if you could get into the West Hall Academy, it's incredible. But the Cobalt Soul is an incredible library. You wouldn't believe.
All right, so we have to go to the library first in the morning, and we're going to just study on these unkegs, and then we'll come out and we'll defeat them properly. Please.
Yeah. All right. That's right. Okay. Cool. We should start with the Cobalt Reserve. It's the best option. I have a friend who can get me into the West Hall Academy, but I could we could go in there. We'll okay. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be a good time.
Well, we should borrow a cart and take the parts that y'all are pulling off the dead bugs, and crash for the night, and you gals can do the library thing, I guess, in the
I'm so
morning.
excited. All right, we'll do it in the morning.
Tomorrow we'll go for ankegs, and then once the mission is done, we'll go for the other things.
And I suppose we should get paid in the morning. I mean, do we get paid if we're not done? Honor?
I'll go talk to Mr. Sook and see what he thinks. I'll let him know that we think that there's more to be done. But I can. It's worth saying, like, I don't know. He's Mr. Sook's a good man. Maybe he'll. Maybe we might be willing to get a better price if it ends up being a much larger pursuit than just. I'm sure they thought there were cow thieves or a mystery to be solved. I mean, he's a good man, but it might end up just being the normal reward. But if the job's not done, the job's not done, right?
Well, that's my thought. I mean, that's being a good neighbor. But by the same token, if you're good at something, you probably should maybe not do it for free. But if we present, this is what was killing your cattle, and based on the evidence and what you guys uncover at the library, it points to a larger problem. Perhaps there's an
Right.
opportunity for a second contract.
Right. Well, I'll talk to Mr. Sook in the morning, and I don't think we're going to be getting paid until the job's right and truly done. So we'll figure out if there's more to do, and if there isn't, we'll get paid, and if not, then we'll take care of it.
Okay.
Okay. It's the right thing to do.
The neighborly thing.
It's important to be a good neighbor.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's jobs, I don't want a reputation for doing things halfway. I don't think that's very good.
Agreed. Not what Bahamut would want.
So,
She,
go ahead. Sorry.
she goes. She just sort of like looks. She sort of like, as it's like a group talk, she kind of like looks at you, Yvain, and goes, "Okay, I'll see you at the reserve tomorrow. Okay."
Okay.
Okay.
Eight.
Right, Besky?
Eight.
Sure. A little after sunrise. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Okay.
All right, so, okay. Thank you.
I'll see you there. All right. Okay. Good night, everybody. It was good killing things with you.
It actually was.
And-
It's very fun killing things with you. I'm
Thanks,
very lucky girl.
You flirting right now?
No, I was talking to you. Oh, my friends.
Mhm.
She goes, "Oh, okay.
I was talking to my friends. The four of you. I'm sorry.
All right. Good night, everyone."
Bye.
Worship this.
Got it. Definitely not flirting. Understand. And she walks.
Wait, no, I just.
Flirt with the hot NPC.
Oh, shit.
How do we get 2 stomachs?
Survival check. I'll have one from both of you for either body. These expire in 2 days, these stomachs. So sell them quick.
Another 16.
11.
11. You both will get your stomachs. They expire in 2 days. There were 2 gold.
All right, and how many bio can we get?
Let's get some survival checks. That's the higher DC of the 2.
16.
Do not
You.
fuck me.
It's okay.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
21.
There we go. And this is important. Do you guys have vials to put the bile in?
I do.
I don't have empty vials.
Because they're part of they are part of the herbalist kit that you.
Yep, that's right. I'll tell you what, Yvain, I think this is how we'll treat the vial situation. You can find vials in the actual add inventory screen. So here's what I'll say. Every time you use a vial from your herbalism kit, mark it off in gold, and that's you replenishing it like whenever you get to mark it off screen. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So-
absolutely.
A vial costs a gold each. So every time you use a vial, mark off a gold. And that's just like off-screen replenishment.
Happily.
Fantastic. You both get 2 vials of on-cake bile. I shall make the item for you guys. Mark it off on your sheet somewhere, but I will make you a true item for next session.
All right. That's good for the loot. Then I'm all set. I got it.
I need to make on keg bile vials, and I've got to level up Fen. Okay. Incredible. Okay, you load up, you harvest these carcasses. Someone's gonna show up on their lawn and be like, what the fuck is all of this? What are these? And you guys, what are those? This is good insect meat.
I mean, if there's meat to harvest, we'll take that too. We would not leave anything.
We're living off the land.
You guys
Ember
can
cook
definitely
anything,
obtain this. You can definitely obtain the meat from this creature, but be aware that, insectoid arachnid meat tends to be kind of gamey and tasteless. It's not the best meat on the market.
We have an Ember. Ember can cook it.
It's like
you
shrimp.
can cook
You
it.
just have to know how to saute it properly.
That's right. Use
So,
the right
so that's
spice.
more of an Ember thing. So Ember, everyone's like, we can get the meat off of it, and you're like, oh, we
I
can.
guess.
I'll do my best.
Well, I think being from Amman and being specifically from the harbor side of Amman, I am probably used to seeing lobsters cooked. These
That's
would
true.
be really big, kind of weird lobsters, I think.
Acid lobster.
Acid lobster.
Ooh.
All right. You guys,
Not
that's
lobster.
not a check that I really require. You guys are gonna gain a fuck ton of meat off of these creatures, but luckily you're gonna get a cart from the nearby farm. And they're gonna be like, "Yeah,
And we
thanks
can
for
sell
saving
it
the
here."
barn," and they'll give you a cart without issue to carry all your shit back. But them bad boys, it's gonna be a lot of meat. Yeah, I'll just use the chart here for gaining meat. You guys are gonna gain from the first one 32 pieces of meat, so worth 32 rations if you cook them up right. 128 pounds of meat.
Oh my god.
And the next one is 23 pieces of meat weighing in at 92 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
It's tasteless, gamey meat, but
Make some
it's
jerky.
a lot of meat. And now there's nothing left of these creatures pretty much, except like
Look at us.
you
being
literally
so
took
efficient.
there's like some of it there's basically like viscera left on the ground. You guys took their
The scavengers
exoskeletons.
look at that.
You took
Cycle
their
of
yeah,
life.
you're right.
I'm proud
You
of us.
took
We
their-
did well.
Yeah, you took the exoskeleton, you took the meat, you took the stomach. There's not much left other than like the organs basically, and maybe little parts here and there. And yeah, wolves will probably come around or whatever rodent creatures, and they'll be like, "Oh, look at that! They cleaned it up for us. That's great." You really made the most of your kills. Good job, guys. You could be proud of that. How very nature conscious of you.
Right?
Very, very ecologically sound.
Exactly. Okay. You guys can return home or return to because you're adventurers. Home is where the road is. You guys can return back into the gates of Westrun. Zarvolg and Yvain smelling horrible because they just dived into meat and body and death. And you guys have your cart of steaming onkeg meat and acid stomachs. You're like, oh, don't
Wait,
mix up
hold
the
on.
meat and the acid stomachs.
So
What's that?
when I was talking to
You're covered head. She didn't seem to mind though.
oh
Like,
god,
she thought it was hot.
I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah, what my mental image was is Honor came back as like, all right, good, like the money's all organized, and then you like pop out from inside the onkeg.
Yes, oh my god, yes.
Like steaming
Covered.
and covered in you and like meat. Actually,
Yvain, fresh from the tauntaun.
Oh!
I imagine like a Yvain coming, like a revenant coming out of the bear kind of situation. Like, actually, we're not done. Oh shit.
Oh, surprise.
Oh, hell. Wow, woman. Fantastic. You guys all make your way back to the inn. It is late, guys. You guys were like, the sun was kind of going down when these things got back. You ran back to town. That was only like 10, 20 minutes. You had the battle, and you spent the next 2 hours just carving these things apart. So it's probably like the middle of the night. You get back feeling a little tired, smelling a little worse. Luckily, there's baths that you can have. Yes, you can have a bath before bed. A very, very fine tower. Well, it's not a fine tower, but it's a well-equipped tavern, let me say. And all of you can get your sleep, but you're going to need to figure out what to do with all these Onkig pieces in the morning. But for now, is there anything else anyone wanted to do with the rest of this day?
No.
Nope. I'm
I
full
want
on.
food and bed, and I wanted to suggest that with the 2 stomachs, we make the bag of colding I was speaking about, and perhaps another bag of holding, because those are things we could use a lot of.
I'll
My
make it
suggestion.
quick and simple. Is anyone here proficient with the Arcana skill?
I am.
I am. Make me an Arcana check. Make me 2 Arcana checks, Ember, to see if you can make either of these contraptions Yvain speaks of.
12 and an 8.
You think you can make a bag of holding. You've got one. You've looked at it. You figured it out. This thing could perhaps provide the initial material, but you don't think you have the capability to make the bag of holding. That one's a little beyond you.
What about Gilmore's?
You can take it to Gilmore's and try and get someone to make it there.
Do you think they might? Maybe?
If anybody.
It
least that
wouldn't
was
hurt
my
to
impression.
ask.
And at the very least, you could sell them there for sure.
And at the very least, we could sell them there and make money for them. I know it's probably less expensive to make something like that, or to have it made when you've got a part, than when you don't have a part.
That
Like
makes an
the
abundance
armor.
of sense to me. I'll tell you what, when you and Honor, and if somebody else wants to go to the library tomorrow, the rest of us will handle going to Gilmore's to work through that piece.
That sounds like a great idea. Holy shit.
Jesus
Oh, wow.
Christ. All right. So if you guys decided it was within your interest to begin downtime, Ember, you would have the arcane ability to, I would say you need leather working tools or someone who knows how to use leather working tools to do the sort of seaming end of the project. But you could, if you had such a fellow, if not the skill yourself, make a bag of holding with one of these stomachs and make it a little quicker. Or of course you can take them to Gilmore's and have them do the whole spiel for you. You have the chitin, you can take it to a smith, have those made for you. But keep in mind, both items would take time to make. But maybe after a quest well done, the party might want to take a little time to hang out. But again, you guys still think the bug hunt isn't quite complete. But maybe a little shopping, a little creation needs to be done in town, a little getting things, get some irons into the fire, as it were, while you pursue the end of this quest.
And I'd like to know how
someone
much
has-
the plate would be for Finch, like to make the whole armor.
Right. And you can figure that out in the morning. Depends on the smith too, and the bartering skills perhaps. But yeah, and someone has a not library date because that wasn't flirting. And that is where we'll end the session.
I ship it.
I do too, secretly. The moment that the Yvain was like, we could go to the library, Honor was like, I'm in love with you. Not actually, but I was like, I ship this immediately. This I'm okay with.
Yeah,